Here we go. We got something weird for you today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
We got something weird for you. After I had to close my own show, I decided I was going to start working for the Gallery Group. It's the best decision I ever made in my life. You can't take me off the air. It's hard to do that voice, you know.
Or what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to do the boogeyman who just lost his sight to the onion.
The Alex Jones channel. So
They tell you gotta smoke more cigarettes if you want to work in radio.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nuts.
And it really feels like it, because you can feel the strain on your vocal cords trying to talk like this.
See, that's why I've been just crushing Miller Lights all day.
So we got something weird for you, ladies and gentlemen. You might be thinking, what does this have to do with the World of Darkness? It's got more than you think it does.
Well, it does mostly because of this logo at the very bottom of the title page.
Oh, yes. You recognize that logo, don't you, ladies and gentlemen?
That is the not safe for work logo that you see when it comes to any World of Darkness game. If you see that,
I don't think there's anything in this that we can't show, really. It's graphic language it's used. It's super edgy.
Yes.
You're familiar with Jonan Vasquez, right?
I'm actually not, no.
Because looking through everything in this book, it feels like I'm looking at some of Jonan Vasquez's work. The same guy who made Invader Zim.
Yeah. That I absolutely get. This is part of the reason that I had said that Vic would absolutely love this book.
Yeah, because it's happened to come out 3 years before he would make Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Interesting.
But it feels like it. If you told me that Jonan Vasquez worked on this book, I would have believed you.
It does have a lot of his style. It's like a stopgap between Rat Fink and Joan Vasquez.
This was a game that you would see Dib playing in the background of one of the Invader Zim episodes.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly that, because it's got that level of 90s cynicism that was bleeding in the tabletop industry during this time.
Yeah.
Now, there's some history behind this. This was made by a whopping 3 people, and when I look into these guys, I only ever get like a little bit of information on the first 2. The third one, Chris Elliott, went off to be a writer after this, and he had a pretty good career for all I know. I can still pull him up online, I can give you all of his books that he wrote, but the big brains behind this project were Todd Shaughnessy and Daniel Thrawn, who wrote this book at an IHOP for over multiple dinners at IHOP, or was it a breakfast? They didn't really list the time of day now, did they?
No, but they did say that in like the story section of the book, and it's like, you ever just absolutely sleepless at night after 17 cups of coffee at IHOP? Yeah, well, that's this book. And I'm like, okay. Now I know why it's an absolute goddamn mess.
Because there were 2 things, probably, well, no, not Warhammer 40k, because 2nd edition was what Warhammer 40k was during this time. But there were 2 other games that are, I swear to you, the big influences on this project. The first one being Dark Sun with D&D. That one came out in October 1991, and that is still known today as the edgiest and the grimmest setting D&D has ever made. People would love for it to come back, but you know which of the coast owns the property, and that's never going to happen.
Yep. Sorry,
there is a different game that was weighing on the shoulders of this project, and really was the inspiration behind it. World of Darkness. Any and all things World of Darkness. Now, you gotta keep in mind what the landscape looked like of TTRPGs at this time. Because World of Darkness had a period where they were outselling D&D. Because TSR was running the company in the 90s, doing a terrible job, running the entire business into the fucking ground because AD&D is objectively terrible. I know that we've tried playing AD&D before. Kyle, you did not like any of it.
No.
You were not a fan of D&D 2nd edition.
No, it was pretty clunky.
And D&D 3rd edition came out, and I think it overcorrected a lot of those matters, but that's a different video entirely. But around this time, World of Darkness and Cyberpunk were, specifically 2013 and 2020, were the versions of Cyberpunk that were big around this time. And those were the scenes when you would go into a game store and see people playing a TTRPG in person. This would be that. If you're looking for live action roleplay at the time, it was World of Darkness. That was the big game at the time. You would have Magic the Gathering that would come in around 1995 and shake things up, but these were the two games that dominated the tabletop RPG scene around this time, and a lot of games came out that tried to imitate the same style as World of Darkness. Basically, all these games were focused on really grim stakes, really edgy characters, really cynical meta plots, and what happened is that these two men, Shaughnessy and Thrawn, looked at this and began to realize, aren't we just taking this a little bit too seriously? This is a tabletop RPG. Why does everything really need to be this bleak? You know, this is a game. Why are we taking being a vampire, werewolf, and mage this seriously? And this game is essentially a parody of the same kind of darkness that you would find within World of Darkness. And almost like self-fulfilling prophecy, they went to White Wolf with this, and White Wolf published and released it, branded it. And Stephen Wyack now sells copies of this on Draft 2 RPG, where that man was former Mage the Ascension staff, and now runs the buying and selling of digital copies of RPG books online. And here we are. So you can tell that this is World of Darkness inspired from looking at these pictures.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, the art style in the book, excuse me, I will say, is genuinely incredible. It's got such a phenomenal, just punk aesthetic to it, overlaid with some of the most incredible comic artwork you'd ever see. It really just oozes a lot of just 90s edge and a lot of, pulp sci-fi, I feel.
And if you want to know who drew these, it was Daniel Thrawn and Chris Elliott, two of the writers. And then they got Simon Kono to make some of the other pictures. And one more guy, Glenn Weldon. And that's who wrote this book. Looking through the special thanks section, I don't recognize any of these names necessarily. But I don't really expect anybody in the comments to say anything about who these people were. Because this game is relatively obscure. Mm-hmm. It's super fucking hard to come across a physical copy of this. Where if you want to find a copy of this book in print, good fucking luck, because that's going to go for a lot of money if you have that. Yeah. And especially if it's in good condition.
I mean, even the fucking PDF copy I have of it has like a dog-eared front page.
A little bit of stains in it as well.
Yep.
Now, the fun thing with this, too, you know how combat in World of Darkness has been... It said combat is a failed state in World of Darkness, where you only get into a combat encounter if things go horribly wrong. It's a last resort, and you failed at making a negotiation or political play.
Oh, yeah.
But it really just sounds like cope, because Vampire the Masquerade has some severe combat balancing issues, especially when it comes to the celerity. There were 3 game-breaking disciplines in Vampire the Masquerade. That is celerity, where that is the critical factor in dust-ups between vampires. Obtenebration, which will shred your stats if you get involved in it, and then you go into Black Metamorphosis for good fucking luck fighting that. And specifically the Thaumaturgy Path of Conjuring, where you can just make fucking anything at 2nd level with that power. And if you really have to set for it, players have found out how to make nukes with that Path of Thaumaturgy.
That's kind of busted.
Werewolf the Apocalypse, where werewolves are so overwhelmingly strong, the only real answer to a werewolf is another werewolf, and even then, things tend to be in your player's favor when those fights. Kyle, I am telling you, all you had to do was put Instaroid in front of a silver bullet, and that would have solved a lot of things. But she was untouchable for that entire game. I don't think I ever took damage over the course of that game, besides like 1 or 2 levels.
I think when you fought Jen for the first time.
Yeah, and that was it.
She literally incapacitated you in, I think, 2 hits.
And then Mage the Ascension is Mage the Ascension, where if you know what you're doing in Mage is all about cheating by design and getting away with your cheating. And at some point in Mage, there'll be nothing that can challenge you if you find out the right build. And that carried over into Human Occupied Landfill, where if you want to talk about a broken game, well, congratulations. The rules in Human Occupied Landfill are broken by design.
Yes,
This
this is
game,
the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer of tabletop games.
they intentionally made this game suck. I'm not even kidding you.
Yes. It is
So
as broken as possible.
let's go ahead. Let's get into this page. I'm on page 9 on my end. So where the fuck are we? At the human occupied landfill, where this is a penal colony that doubles as a landfill, where anybody that the galaxy doesn't want is sent over here. Now, who runs the galaxy? It's the Confederation, which is made up of 2 different groups: the Confederation of World and the Church. It's not really given any other name besides just the Church. What religion do they follow? Well, we'll get to that. There's also a little map and in quotation marks on page 10, which you have to turn your head to look at this picture. You have the Confederation of Worlds in that corner, and then further off is the frontier, and then even further off from that is the human occupied landfill.
Yes. Or whole.
Scale 1 inch equals more than you can possibly imagine.
Should I put the map up on screen then?
Yeah, go ahead. Audience at home, turn your head, look at that picture.
Yep. So there's the cow over there. There's the frontiers, that one world right there, and you're all the way the fuck over here.
Stretch your frame out in OBS, by the way, at the top corners.
Oh yeah.
Let's get rid of that toolbar.
I mean, I'll do what I can. Yeah.
But that's exactly it. You also notice we're having fun with acronyms with COW.
Yep.
Oh, you think they'd go for something like a PIG, but no, I guess cow works too.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, if it works, it works.
The premise of this is, what are we doing here? You are prisoners, or any sort of other undesirable, that has been sent to the human occupied landfill to die. You're just here to die. It is Alcatraz in space. It is Guantanamo Bay. Or what was that one prison in Russia, in Siberia, where they just left people there? Yeah, well, Vorkuta is one, but I was thinking of a different prison.
The entirety of Siberia.
Yeah, basically just name a prison in Siberia and it'll work here. Now, we were going into a premise, but we immediately go into the rules section. They bring up very briefly, this guy called Rupert the Ninth is the Emperor of the Cow, and then His Holiness Rashnish, or just Big Stevie Zimmerman is the Mega Pope.
The term Mega Pope is just hilarious.
Yeah, it's exactly that. We got the Mega Church, we got the Mega Pope. That's the
yes.
You notice that hat that says divide and franchise?
Oh, divide and franchise. Yeah, that is true.
That's the motto of Dollar General. That's the motto of 7-Eleven and Speedway. You gotta love people that just buy land for their businesses.
I mean, if it works, it works. It's kind of hard to deny it's a winning strategy.
Now we get into the rules. Now, how is this game supposed to be played? It's a 2d6 system. So congratulations for everyone who is vaguely familiar with Powered by the Apocalypse. You now have an inkling of an idea of how to play this. But for those of you who have been living off the D10 system this entire time, we gotta explain this to you. You roll 2d6s. You add the value of those 2 dice. You combine that with an attribute, combine that with a skill, measure it up to a difficulty that will add or subtract to the value of your dice roll, and then the number you roll will decide whether or not you succeed or you lose, and by how much. If you roll 2 1s, your character has an option of just out and out dying from rolling 2 1s.
Yes.
A critical failure can just kill you in this game because it can. And that's it.
Yep.
You see on that page where it says you lose if you roll 2 1s. Just whatever the fuck the dungeon master, the storyteller, or in this game, the whole master wants to have happen to you will just happen.
Exactly.
Fuck you, right?
Yep. You're tying your shoes, and then you fall forward, and you crane your neck down, and you land on your neck, and you instantly break your neck and die. You rolled 2 1s. Go fuck yourself.
And that's it. There's no real way around it either. It just... there are some... It doesn't necessarily have to result in death because we have the skill chart on the next one, the general chart that can be applied to everything chart. And if you roll 2 snake eyes there, you will lose 1d6 turns upon doing that.
That sucks.
I hope you enjoy shoving a thumb up your ass, because that's what's going to happen to you. And you notice on this chart as well, if you roll anywhere between a 3 to an 8, it will be considered a failure. Now, let's say you're rolling that flat 0 modification for everything you're doing. So it's a 2d6 system. We have numbers 2 to 12. So that is, like, what? You want to measure out this margin for error? That is a 8 divided by 12.
Is
66% chance of margin for error when you roll a dice.
Yeah, it's not great.
And it goes even further than that because 9 to 14 is still going to be a failure anyway.
Yeah, so basically this game looks to just fuck you over at every single turn.
If you have a negative modifier in a stat or a skill, just don't roll.
Don't even try.
Don't do it.
No.
Just don't do it. You notice that when we were playing Dark Heresy, you are a man who lives and dies by the skill check. You want everything to be a check. And when we were playing Dark Heresy, that was the worst thing possible for you.
Yes. Mostly because I missed most everything.
Because you're going off of a 36% chance of success. Now, what those skills were supposed to be used for were for do or die situations where you really needed to have the chips down in that situation. And on top of it, too, there was a plus 20 modifier that I wasn't enforcing when we were doing Dark Heresy to most rolls. That was on me. But at the same time, that's still most of your rolls boil down to a coin toss. You have a 50-50 chance of succeeding or losing. Here you have a 100% chance of losing.
Basically, yeah, you're going to get fucked up no matter what you do.
However, if you roll boxcars, you get to roll again and add that value to whatever your success is. And then it will go into 20 to 25. Very successful, a +1 will be added to your stat for 1d6 turns. It's a +3 for 26 and up.
I would like to point out in the book itself, like if you roll 2d6 and land between 6 and 8, the book says directly, strange play of lights caused you to think that a member of your party was the enemy you wanted to hit. Must have been those mushrooms. If you're alone, go home later and shoot your best friend. Dude, this is nuts.
And then there's an example of difficulties on the other side where it goes from anywhere from a +4, which is supposed to be the easiest roll, to a -4, which is the most difficult roll. And that's still rough because a +0 to most of your rolls, if you do not have a stat or a skill that helps you in that roll, you are going to fail no matter what you do. This is a game where you play as a bunch of losers, huh?
Well,
this is that
yeah,
authentic
basically.
Warhammer adjacent experience where you play as characters that just suck, and that's it. And the whole master here says that we can make the difficulty whatever you want. You can even do a -7 to a snowball in a microwave. You want to cook a snowball and have the snowball stay in place. It's -7 on that roll.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's a unique sentence.
That it is. That is one thing that I do have to give this book credit for. It is an incredibly unique book. I don't think I have ever read anything quite like this.
You also notice that the whole book is handwritten, by the way.
Yes, every single page is handwritten. How they managed to get all this down is far beyond me.
That's fucking great. Now, you might be wondering, what the fuck are they referring to as the gray matter stat? Oh, we're getting to it.
Gray matter. It's that stuff in your brain.
You also got stuff like general combat checks, like, oh, if you roll a 2, but hold as you aim the gun at yourself instead of aiming it at the person you're shooting at, you shoot yourself for double damage.
Yep.
For a melee weapon, you fall onto your melee weapon for double damage. For your unarmored attack, you punch yourself in the face with no armor subtraction. Yes, there's armor in this game, by the way.
Yes.
And then a lot of shit here as well, where when it comes to working on a check, like if at 3 to 5, you're working on a card, the tank just ruptures. Or basically just normal success on a 12. So you have to roll crits to make any real progress in this game.
Exactly. I really don't see much of a point in playing the game is the only major issue that I have with this.
If you're a guy who enjoys a game like Fear and Hunger and you like playing a game that kicks you in the dick again and again and eventually you come around to success, that's this.
Basically, yeah.
But at the same time, Fear and Hunger, your biggest gate to difficulty is knowledge of how the game works and what the map looks like.
Yes.
That's not going to help you in this case.
Very much pathologic, but with a very, very good sense of humor.
This is a game where you're all just sitting around. The Dungeon Master is like in the middle of burnout where he has no chronicles in mind. None of the other players want to step up to the plate and play a game. And then somebody says, "Hey, do you still have that copy of Human Occupied Landfill?" And then they just pull it out for this, and it lasts for however long it takes until the storyteller comes up with a new story or another player decides he wants to be the Dungeon Master.
Which is funny because, like, you're just going to die a lot.
It's a game where you really have nothing else to do, so let's just try it out. Let's just do it.
It's a fuck it, why not game.
And also going into the combat, Snake Eyes, utter fuck up. You roll the you lose combat chart. 3 to 8 is a miss. 9 to 14 is a miss. 15 to 19, you finally land a hit on your target.
It's pretty brutal.
You, at minimum, a +3 needs to be added to your stat for you to land any of your attacks in combat. And on the flip side, we have an armor chart as well. Now, we have a factor here for it's called the anguish factor, as for how much your attack deals in damage. To my knowledge, all of these weapons have a set value. And you only add to this value if you roll a 20 to 25, which is a +1d6 to the weapon's anguish factor, or a 26 and up, which is a 2d6 weapon damage increase. And they have a bunch of charming examples for it. It goes on a scale of 1 to 20. You wish you saw this chart in the doctor's office? Does it have that usual 1 to 10 chart?
Yep, it's like on a scale from 1 to 10, rate your pain. On a scale from 1 to 20, rate your anguish. And I will put that up on the screen now.
Yeah, a 1 would be getting a staple in your finger, which is fun.
Yep.
You've done that before, haven't you?
I actually have not stapled my finger.
2 is ripping your toenail on a brick.
Have done that. That sucks.
Yeah, I'm missing my toenail on my right foot entirely.
Jesus.
That root's been killed. Yeah, because I told you I went to that doctor who fucked up the what should have been a simple procedure twice.
Yeah, and gave
to
you
the point where I had
sepsis
to go
in
to
your
a
foot.
podiatrist and get rid of the root entirely.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's go ahead and let's intentionally get you infected with a staph infection, so you can just go back and get hooked up on antibiotics for that.
Yep.
You'll never get me trusting another doctor again. 3, running a ginsu between your fingers, which I think is the what is that, like the bamboo shoots like Chinese torture?
Yeah, I think so.
Stepping on glass with your heel is a 4.
Done that. Hurts.
5 is breaking your nose with pliers.
Have not done that, but it seems incredibly painful.
6 is dropping a cinder block on your foot.
Dropped a brick on my foot. I've not dropped a cinder block on my foot.
Without the shoe protecting it.
Oh, well, no, I haven't done that. That was a situation in which I was actually wearing steel-toed boots, thank God.
You were workplace safe that day?
I was indeed workplace safe that day.
I don't want to wear my PPE. I don't want to follow OSHA's shit.
No.
He's going to wear my job. 7 is smashing both kneecaps with a railroad tick.
That.
That's some good old misery moment.
Yes, indeed.
8 is crushing your ankles with a sledgehammer. I have never done that before. 9 is folding your elbow the wrong way.
My sister did that when she was 6. She fell off the monkey bars and broke her arm.
It's the most dangerous part of the playground, right?
It is. She landed on her arm and literally got up and went, "Dad, can you fix it?" And he went, "No, we need to go to the hospital."
Oh, go bring it over here, sweetie. All right, it's fixed. Go back to play.
No, my dad was good. He wasn't that good.
He wasn't solid. He wasn't big Boston Milker solid 5, popping his joints back into place.
No, he was not.
10 is inhaling fiberglass.
I have done that. That sucks.
That's what happens when you bite open a Zen pouch.
Oh, is it just fiberglass in there?
They put fiberglass in those pouches to poke your gums in order to get your pores to open and bleed, so the nicotine can get in there and you can get that buzz faster.
I don't know what, dude. Zen sucks.
That's why I just keep them on my tongue when I do them, because they shred your fucking gum lining like crazy.
Oh yeah, that's why chewing tobacco gives you mouth cancer.
Yeah, it does, and you gotta spit that shit out. It gets all in your teeth as well.
Yep, you have them nice fucking tar stained digits in your fucking mouth.
Yeah, I told you about my coworker who's like my dad whenever he calls me. He's quit doing snuff for a year now.
Oh, isn't the snuff where you like take some tobacco and you like just put it on your nose or something?
No, I mean like the dip where like you just put it between your.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought
Yeah, and he
snuff
quit
was
doing-
something else, but yeah.
11 is sliding naked down a 10-foot greased razor blade. Very specific.
That is very specific.
12 is drinking drain cleaner.
Which actually kills you instantly.
You must have some true grit if you're able to survive that one, right?
Yeah, probably.
13 is being skinned by a cheese grater.
Gee, that's just slow, agonizing fucking pain right there.
14, removing your molars with a bandsaw.
That sounds horrendous.
Is this going to hurt, Doctor? Ooh, yeah.
Gets the
you know they
Dremel
originally
out.
made the chainsaw as a dental instrument.
Did they really?
Yeah, in Germany.
Oh, well, of course the Germans would think of that. Fucking Germans.
Kyle will now do an impression of a German dentist.
Okay, I understand that you're having a slight bit of pain in your lower left jaw between battleship coordinates J12 and I-17. Hit and hit. Oh, sorry. I was finishing up my shift of battle. Anyhow, so let's see there. Oh, it seems that you've been eating a lot of caramel. Lisa, could you bring me the chainsaw bitter? Dankeschön.
Would you want Dr. Deathshed to be your dentist?
I imagine he'd be
Wolfenstein.
very good at it. I'd probably have robotic teeth. I'd be like Jaws from James Bond by the end of it.
You see, it's fun replacing your body parts with cybernetics.
Well, you go
We're
to
try-
Mars as a tech priest, and then you learn the truth, and you have to tear them out while there's still time.
I've been trying to tell Jojo to enlist. I'll swap out his broken knees with robotic legs that allow him to double jump.
That'd be kind of sick. Dude, I'd love to learn how to double jump.
Is the man to do that? 15, being caught in the gears of a Ferris wheel.
That
It was-
sounds horrendous. Never
this
seen
is a
that
normal-
happen, though.
A normal day-to-day event that
Yes.
surely happens at every fair, at least once.
Dead
16
Kennedys
is
wrote a
bathing
song
in
about that.
nitric acid.
I think it would just dissolve instantly.
It feels fun to dissolve sometimes.
Remember, you ever see L.A. Beast where he like puts his hand in like a jar of acid and he just immediately starts? I don't remember. It was like potassium sulfate or something like that. And he was like, "This is a jar of potassium sulfate, which is going to instantly burn my hand. Have a good day."
The hot ice experiment that went terribly wrong.
Yep.
How old is it? 11 years ago that video was uploaded.
Really?
Yes.
You know, L.A. Beast is a dad now,
it-
actually.
He put his hand in the toilet to help ease the pain of that.
I mean, I would too. I'd be desperate. Although, aren't you supposed to use vinegar for a chemical burn?
I think so. Like he's got tears in his eyes. His hand is all bandaged up after doing that.
Yeah, obviously. You gave yourself a fucking chemical burn, you jackass. I don't know what the fuck you expected.
Next up is 17, clipping live jumper cables to your tongue.
I saw that in Crank 2.
You can also watch a little version of that with Electro Boom.
Oh,
You know,
dude, Electro
the
Boom
Indian
is
guy
such
with
a
all the-
goat. I love Electro Boom.
I think he's still active.
Yeah, of course he is. He's still electrocuting himself in new and exciting ways.
His heart hasn't burnt black yet.
No, he's gonna keep trying. I think my favorite is the electric guitar, where he like just hooks a
They
bunch
just
of
have, like,
copper
fucking-
wires to a board and
just has
tries
a
to
seizure
play
on
it
the
like a
floor.
guitar.
And
1, 2, 3.
yeah, he's still got 8.7 million subscribers, and his latest video was 2 weeks ago.
Damn, he's doing good.
And so going into this, I want to take his advice seriously, but at the same time, this is a guy who shocks himself a lot.
Yeah. It's like people say that Johnny Knoxville is not a good stuntman, but he's like, my stunts are set up to fail. So
18, swallowing molten iron,
Jesus,
which is how a guy dies in Game of Thrones.
it's the forbidden honey. It's the spicy honey.
It looks so good. You want to stick your finger in it, but it'll immediately kill you.
Yep.
19, exposure to zero pressure or more than 10 minutes of Julio Iglesias. Oh, sorry, Julio Iglesias. I'm sure that reference was topical in the 90s.
It is not anymore, sad to say.
And 20 is unprotected re-entry into the atmosphere.
You just vaporized instantly.
And then we have an armor chart, which also goes from, take a look at this. I believe the scale is 1 to, let's see here, -10 to 20. So they're trying to copy AD&D with this.
Right.
Take a look at this. You go from -10 down here to 20. You have this little helpful chart over here. You got a 1d6 roll to see how badly it's actually going to hurt. The more you roll on that d6 roll, it will multiply how much damage that weapon will deal. So this is a game where you'll either deal no damage with a weapon or all the damage with a weapon. So combat in this game is going to be either very, very slow if you're up against an enemy that's got, I don't know, an armor value of 20, and, -10, and just fucking negates everything that ever comes your way.
Yep.
Or if you're up against a guy that guys that have next to no armor, combat will be over in 1 turn.
Yep. You just
If you
shoot
thought
him in the
combat
chest and he's dead.
If you thought combat in World of Darkness was fast, you haven't seen nothing yet.
Yep. And everybody has 20 hit points. Everybody.
I've told you about June in the Tuesday game, by the way.
Yes.
Where our old friend I play World of Darkness with after playing D&D. I remember after we switched over from his dad, John Senior, from running the game to me running it, and the first thing I did was implement a house rule where I said there will be no damage rolls at all. All damage will be dealt at max value. The minute I implemented that, June told me I was skeptical, but this rule is so much better. Combat goes by so much faster in D&D. We're not spending an entire session doing just fucking combat.
Just chipping damage.
And then when I introduced June to World of Darkness, combat was halved again in time.
You really like snappy combat, don't you?
Exactly. I hate sessions that are just all combat. I hate that so damn much.
They do wear on us from time to time in my IRL group, but that makes the satisfaction of finally finishing a counter just that much better. It's like, oh my god, there's one guy, fucking kill him, please.
Especially when you start rolling a bunch of low shit and the energy will just leave the table when you're doing combat.
So yeah, I roll like shit most of the time, so.
And just to see the modern state of D&D, I checked out a D&D game Wednesday to see what was like on Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like I was watching The Quartering. Just low energy. The Dungeon Master had no real talent. He was running around Warhammer the Frostmaiden, but every map was hand-drawn.
I mean, that's kind of neat, but I don't imagine it was very good.
No, I mean on the white grid with the black marker.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not great.
5e tools exist as a sight dog.
See, this is why I like, if I'm playing D&D 5e, I want to be in person, but I like it with people that I know, because then you get over the awkwardness. You don't need to and also I'm not a huge fan of going to a game shop to play, because then you got to be courteous and conscientious. I like to sit around and swear and yell at each other while you're playing D&D.
That's the most awkward shit you'll ever do in your life.
I did it once with a coworker of mine, and I'm like, this is cool and everything, but I really don't want to step on anybody's toes. Nobody knows me. It's just kind of stiff, you know?
No, never. If you're just playing a game with a bunch of socially awkward people that will accuse you of stealing a spotlight when, you're sitting there with both your hands in your fucking lap, not on the table, not rolling dice, of course I'm gonna fucking say something.
Right.
But
this is why I like playing D&D with people that I know, because that way there's no hurdle like that to get over.
For me, I cannot do D&D ever again. It's done for me. That chapter of my life is over.
Well.
Just putting those books away. I'm not never doing it again. I've gotten off the gateway drug and I've gone into the hard drugs of tabletop
nice
RPGs.
Heroin for you.
I mean, I guess it's like Human Occupied Landfill. We can wait just to Crocodile.
Yeah, this is about as close to just, it's here to melt your arm and make you. I don't even think the high would be that good. It's just you feel fine for a minute, and then next thing you know, your goddamn arm falls off.
Wait, no, let me change the analogy. This is a whippet.
Oh,
This,
it's a fucking spray can of Cool Whip. Just
the Galaxy Gas of tabletop RPGs is a human occupied landfill.
Jarvis, fill my helmet with galaxy gas.
We get into the range modifiers, where we have this helpful image of what the range modifiers are.
Yes, I think this is the. I really think that more books should have this. How
Where-
far
I
away
do-
you are.
I do like that as the image zooms out, it turns out the guy's hanging upside down from a ship.
Yup. That I think is
And-
really funny.
But for those who are blind, who cannot see the range modifiers, there's also listed down there in text. So, at +4 at basically point blank range, and -4 for sniping a guy over the course of a mile. That kind of shit. I'm looking at that picture of the guy in the bottom right corner with that gun. That is so Cyberpunk 2020 coded.
It really is. You've got the like metal plated armor. You've got the fucking laser M16.
What like the hair and the facial
tattoos.
tattoos
Yep.
and the armor is making me think this is straight out of Cyberpunk.
Not the
way
metal
he's dressed.
cod piece he's wearing that just says
Exactly
suck
that.
on it.
Then we have this giant shitpost page. All right. It feels like Victor, like in and out of character, wrote that.
It really does, which I think is just makes this book so good.
So next up is Order of Combat, where everybody rolls a d6 plus their feat stat, and then whoever rolls the highest goes first.
Yes.
And that's all there really is to it. I don't think really need to explain more than that.
Your feats is basically your dexterity in this game.
Then you have statement of intent or decision to dodge or parry. The attacker describes what he's going to do. The defender has to decide he's either going to dodge or parry. If the weapon is ranged, only a dodge is possible. To dodge, you have to agree to skip your next turn, which is going to fucking blow. But you know the original rules with dodging in World of Darkness was you had one dodge and then that was it. And if you want to do an additional dodge, you either needed celerity as a vampire, which is why celerity was so invaluable in the original Prince of Vampire the Masquerade, or you had to spend rage if you're a werewolf, or you had to have other points in correspondence, time, entropy, forces, whatever way you want to cheat in Mage Ascension. And then once you dodge in this game, you then roll 2 dice and add the result to your feat score, and that serves as a negative modifier to an enemy's attack. Which will do nothing if your opponent rolls boxcars or snake eyes, which is automatic failure or success in that order. To parry, the attacker may parry any melee weapon, impossible for a ranged weapon. You roll on the general chart, adding your feats or meat score to the skill level. Subtract the attacker's skill level and feats or meats. And success means the attacker is parried. Snake eyes, the attacker hits automatically. And critical success on your part, the attack is just blocked entirely. And I think the way it works is that if you tie, it will go to the defender. I think that's how it works.
Yep, I think so.
And then there's an example page down there where we don't really have to read that. You then roll to attack, where I think we all know what an attack roll is by this point. This game doesn't do anything too weird with that.
Yes.
And then we have a nice little charming picture of a man's head being smashed with a rebar. Or a steel beam.
After trying to parry said steel rebar with a spoon.
Which, what do you think was going to happen doing that? And then
nothing but good things, certainly.
And then you apply damage. Every weapon has a value, which is the anguish rating, the anguish factor from 1 to 20. You then want to roll that. Then you go against their armor score. You roll on a d6 in relation to armor value, which will either half the damage, negate the damage, or multiply the damage. Which is, like I said again, combat is either going to go by very fast or very slow, depending on what you're fighting.
Yep.
And
like a
vice
robot
versa.
that doesn't feel pain, you're going to be there for a minute. Some dude outside of the store that called you a cock dick, oh, you're going to kill him in one turn, and then nobody will care.
And then you have some maneuvers in this game as well, like aiming, where you have to, very much like a rogue using steady aim in D&D, you lose a turn to set up your aiming. Or there's a difference between taking 1 turn to aim and 2 turns to aim. So take a look at this. Taking 1 turn to aim and you will go first no matter what initiative is. Take 2 turns to aim and you will go first with a +4 to your attack roll. So I think that's okay if you want to go for a sniper build. I mean, you really gotta have good modifiers in this game if you're going to land
Oh, yeah.
anything in combat.
Or just don't roll like shit like me.
Next up is beaning, which is your
Throw
equivalent
shit at people.
to stunning in this game, where you essentially are doing an attack roll, find the difference between your meat score and the targets, and if yours is lower or the modifier is negative, nothing really happens. But if yours is higher, you then roll the general damage chart. If it would have dealt damage, they will instead be stunned for 1d6 rounds, which is essentially will just remove them from combat entirely and then make the entire encounter a joke by that point.
Yes.
Because you can imagine losing turns will be the difference between winning and losing the encounter. Begging, which is here as a joke option that will do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Nope. Bolting, where if you win an initiative and you find yourself staying before death himself, armed with a hover-mounted Gore X rotary tenderizer and bladecaster or something of such moral incarnation. I just felt like reading that sentence out.
Yeah, that's great.
Basically, what this does is that it will give you a +1 to your hit if you want to step in action to do this. And it's also like you can just run the fuck out of there, where it's disengaging, where you run away from a guy who's about to attack you. They have a +1 chance to attack you with that weapon as an attack of opportunity, but you might get out of the way of damage in that case.
Yes. You're actually going to take some time to, run away with a plan.
Next up is crotch soccer, which is just kicking a guy in the dick.
Yes. If you feel like this game needed to be more like full throttle, then yeah, you have crotch soccer.
You have to make an attack roll against this guy. If your attack succeeds, the guy must make a meat test. And then if he fucks up his roll, he'll be stunned for your meat score plus 1d6 turns, as he's just on the ground, which is even fucking better than beaning because he's just on the ground, essentially out of combat, where you can just walk up and just shoot him in the head, and then that's the end of the game.
Kick somebody in the balls and then you blow their head off. That's cold as shit.
That's Dingy from Chainsaw Man doing that shit. Next up is going psycho if you want to enter a berserk state. Holy smokes, the rules for this one. So, your rule for everything involving any sort of agility, gray matter, will be at a -1 for this period. But basically, every single attack you do is you figure the damage as if the target had no armor if you did so. So if you just want to go berserk and make the armor in this game completely irrelevant, you have the option to do that. So you remember how we just went over the armor stat and how important the armor is? Well, now you can just have an option to just automatically have everyone's armor value be at 0. But you basically completely lose control of your character for 2d6 turns upon doing that.
Yep.
Great mechanic, right?
Yeah, it's basically entering Frenzy and Werewolf the Apocalypse.
You see, this was self-fulfilling prophecy because Exalted 2nd Edition would have a rule like this. You want to know how useful armor is in Exalted?
Is it?
Not at all.
That's what I thought.
There's no fucking reason to wear armor in Exalted. You've wasted your time if you're wearing armor or expecting to all armor with Exalted. But in 2nd Edition, it was even worse. Because if you want to talk about rocket tag gameplay, I'll just call it like it is. Almost every attack in Exalted 2nd Edition was one-hit kill.
Jesus Christ.
With
you want snappy comeback? You snappy combat. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, if you want to talk about ridiculous damage values, that's Exalted 2nd Edition.
That sounds about right.
Next up is the look action, which is getting a guy to look over his shoulder at something you're pointing at, where you must make a gray matter test at -2 difficulty to not look over his shoulder and be distracted.
You literally pull a Marty McFly on them.
Exactly that.
What the hell is that?
And then you have the rag on action, which is just you telling a joke, and somebody will get a bonus to their dice roll, which is entirely arbitrary, like a +1 upon doing that. So if you want to, in this joke game, tell a joke, that's your joke option. Congratulations.
Yep, you have your own vicious mockery, even though it doesn't really do anything.
And then you have the option waste them in the face, which is, I'm pretty sure if I'm reading this right, setting up a one-hit kill.
Basically, yeah.
If a guy is in any sort of way restrained, roll a normal attack. Success must mean the guy who you're against is rolling a feats test, or lose a round. Blind and vulnerable to breathe, another successful attack. So, yeah, basically, if a guy is restrained in any way, shape, or form, you have an option in this game to just instantly kill them.
Nice. So you basically have somebody hold them down while you put a fucking bolter in their mouth.
It feels like a joke, doesn't it? We have this whole armor system set up, and we have 2 ways to completely circumvent it.
Yep. Pretty much.
So, go on with the rest of this shit. Vehicle combat. It's here, and we have every rule that we just listed involving the armor system, except for status conditions, because you can't really do that with a vehicle, are here as well, where you have a bunch of cars that have hull ratings, which is how much damage you can really take, bigness, which is their size. If it's a big car, it's easier to shoot, where it's a +4 to the attacker if you want to shoot that car, or a -4 if it's very small. How small are we talking about? A volleyball. That's how small.
Yeah.
So if you want to have the flying volleyball that you sit on and just fly around on, you can do that.
That sounds like a Ralph Bakshi skit.
Speedosity, where we have a speed stat that has no real mechanics to it, because fuck it,
No,
that's why.
it's top speed of miles per hour. Wee whoopee yeehaw. Isn't that exciting?
It really did feel stupid to me with as good of a time as we had with it to sit into Avernus when we had vehicle speeds.
I love that shit. That was awesome.
Well, it's because with the vehicle speed mechanic in it, if you encountered a devil or demon on foot, you could just drive around them and then just leave the counter entirely. So it kind of felt redundant to me when I was looking at the speed stat. So I guess once again, some foresight with Occupied Landfill. They saw some foresight in that too, and just didn't even bother statting it out.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I don't know. They did. I really wish there was a stat for intimidation on this or something like that in this. So that way, if you pull up to the battlefield blasting Dragula by Rob Zombie, you could add like something to intimidation.
You pull a full Mad Max moment.
Absolutely,
on road.
dude. A fucking dude duct taped to the hood of the car playing guitar with a flamethrower on it. That shit'd be sick.
And then we have turnableness, which is another stat that has no value. It's does the car turn? Okay, then it has turnableness.
Yep.
And I don't think that's an actual word.
It is not. Nothing. None of the actual modifiers for something is an actual word. Speedosity isn't a word. The only thing close to that is hull rating. Bigness is kind of a word.
They really did call it like it is, because in a tabletop RPG, you have a bigger enemy, you have a bigger target. It'll be an easier time to take them down. I mean, that tends to be the case with Warhammer 40k war games I've seen, where the tanks and the suits of armor are usually the first things to go down first. Redundant sense. But yeah, as fun as it is to have the Titan on the field, the Titan would go down very quickly.
I mean, I don't know. It's like then you have bitchin'ly huge combat, which is just like, something that just has 1,000 hull points for no reason.
Why did you even put this in the game? Why did you even put this in front of the players?
In case you wanted to have the Death Star, which they actually painted a little thing of on the left side here before Alderaan gets blown up, and it says, "Do you want fries with that?" To which the Death Star responds, "Did I ask for fries, dumbass?"
And then the 3-step process. Your attacks will do jack shit. The Holo Master arbitrarily decides how many of one type of weapon that will deal, which won't matter. And the ship's Mondo Hole number is 100 times the number of times the thing has been run through, so it doesn't even fucking matter why we're even doing this.
Because it's really, really funny.
That's the whole thing. Any of you assholes got 35 chits?
Yep, I think that's it.
I think that's it. It's been a fun comic book font. That sign says, "Hey, knock me up."
Yep, and it was Sunburst Knockeroast. It's great.
All right, and after that, we finally get into the stats. We finally go ahead and we get into the stats.
Yes.
So, what are my stats in this game? What are my attributes?
You've got
You
your
have
meat.
the meat, the feet, the mouth, the gray matter, and the nuts.
This feels like a TTRPG written by the orcs from 40K.
It kind of does, where
How much
For those-
meat's he got on him? Not a lot, but he's scrawny, so he's got feet.
he's got them feet on him, mate. He's gonna see the feet. He's gonna run off over the hills there.
I've got a mouth, and I'm a loud mouth, so I'm good at bragging about the boss. Well, I's the smartest, so I's got grey matter.
And if you are not having a stroke at this point of the video, those stats in English would be strength, dexterity, charisma, intelligence, and cool under any other RPG.
Yes. Well,
The nut stat is the closest thing I can really equate that to is the cool stat from Cyberpunk 2020.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's like your courage rating in Vampire the Masquerade.
A permanent willpower score in Breath of the Apocalypse.
Yes.
That kind of shit. And now, how do we decide what points go into what? Well, here's the thing: you don't decide that.
No, there's a set of pre-made characters in this book.
And we have a bunch of gray matter skills, by the way, that go into your shit. Like, they're gray matter skills. Operate a starship and chew gum at the same time.
Which I think is great. That's how good you are at flying ships, basically.
Can you multitask?
Yes.
Can you pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time? Okay, good. That's a gray matter stat.
There's also repair toasters and stuff, which means you're good at fixing things.
Science and everything else you filled in high school.
That's how good you are at academics. Sudden
And
philosophical tangent if you want to play Disco Elysium.
And organized fundraiser.
If you want to just be a friggin' a con man.
Where do any of these stats actually matter? No, because once again, a parody of World of Darkness in early editions of Vampire the Masquerade. You notice how we were going through the Black Furies book, and which is going to be next week's episode, that they had archery as a stat, and a whole bunch of other books. It seems like every new book release would have write-in skills, to the point where it felt like, why do we even have these skills on the damn sheet? Why isn't this just a blank space where we just write in our own stat value at times, which is a pretty valid criticism you could level against the World of Darkness
Well, I mean,
games.
yeah, but like if somebody had a bow and arrow, I wouldn't even consider the archery stat. I would just say, roll me dex and firearms, basically.
But for those guys who want to get semantic and pedantic with it, it began to feel like the skills in World of Darkness just didn't really matter. And in regards to Mage the Ascension, they didn't matter. There was no fucking point to having skills at all in that game, and there still aren't. I'm running a Mage the Ascension game now, a traditions-based game, and very rarely will a skill check come up because magic really does solve everything.
Yes,
in
it
Mage the
does.
Ascension. And then we have more joke stats with the meat.
Yep.
The first one is make someone stop living with your fist.
How good you are at punching somebody in the nose.
Flex dramatically.
How good you are at intimidating people.
Run real fast. Run real far. Comprehension through pugilation.
Yep. That's
Every
basically
stat-
like you have Armstrong and the Butcher from Full Metal Alchemist and like it's just a flex contest.
It really does. Well, once again, predicting the future. This is just, you notice all these stats are just doing the same thing under different names.
Basically, yes.
And you notice how D&D 5th edition would eventually just accumulate every strength-related skill under just athletics.
Well, yeah, or you just make a strength check. It's the same thing.
Good, because with 3rd edition and 4th edition, we had a climb, run, swim, dive check for everything. To
I
the
do
point where it just
remember
felt
that, yeah, but like nowadays in 5e, it's like, oh, your swim speed is, your
your movement speed, if you're a Triton or a lizard folk, whatever the fuck kind
Yep.
of freak shit race you're playing as.
Yeah, or if you got like a class feature, like you're playing a rogue, you get 10 feet extra movement. Sure.
Mouth skills, scathing sarcasm,
Yes. Wheel and
whining
woe.
until you get what you want. But ponderous rhetoric.
Again, Disco Elysium. Make
Uh,
people do your bidding by screaming unintelligibly.
Make
great.
anything you say sound more important than the voice of God.
Also, I think that's the best one. I don't think we need to do all the other ones, though.
To see feat skills, shooting kinda blah guns.
Insert whatever kind of gun you want.
That psycho Bruce Lee shit.
You just
Sneak. The arbitrary sneak stat that every fucking RPG has.
Yes.
But when was the last time you saw a stealth build get used and have it be viable?
In
And the
fairness,
players
my
didn't
D&D
fuck up your stealth
5e,
attempts.
I'm playing with Storm King, where my sister's playing a Drow Rogue and honestly fucking crushing it.
Because that's what irritated me with the Echo Knight in that game. Because, we have the Echo Knight whose Echo is just going to scout the whole damn dungeon. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and microwave a Hot Pocket. I'll be back in 3 minutes. No, don't pause the game.
Nut skills. Eat anything. That they were both
withstand or
poisoned.
enjoy.
I built up immunity over several years.
Withstand enjoy hellish agony. Withstand bagpipes. Running with scissors, spelled with a Z.
Scissors? Hang on, where is that?
See.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Dramatic entry.
And then there's martyr fetish.
Intimidating stare.
Wow,
So-
look at the size of these letters.
It's exactly that. Where
That's great.
we're out of page space. Just increase the size of the font. Fuck it.
I mean, hey, it worked, didn't it?
Exactly that.
Oh, it actually says that in the book. I have a confession. I only use the big letters to fill up the page, but I bet you.
There you go.
already
Yes.
guessed that. That's funny.
I did already guess that. I caught on to it.
Yep.
And now, because there is no character creation in this game, you are meant to play one of these following provided characters. We're probably going to have to keep the Silver Surfer character off screen when we get to him. So, because even though there is no penis in the picture, it's still Naked Man, and I don't know if YouTube's AI is going to freak out or not.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that.
So we got the lead pig with an H and a P at the end.
Lead fig. Piff.
Where he's got...
Or piff.
Or take a look at those stats, but he's pretty set. He's got a gray math of 3, meat of 2, math of 6, feats of 10, and nuts of 10.
Well, yeah, this kid don't fuck around.
He is a 10-year-old boy. There's also a stat here that says sex, and it says, please, he's but a child.
Wait till he's 11.
We're in this square of the ultra liberals. We went from yellow librite to purple librite.
Very much so.
And his armor rating is 6.
Yep. Bent, fucked up, and has severe cuckoo complex. Look it up. It's great.
AKA derangements from World Darkness.
Yes.
Is what that means. And
Shoots kind of fucking huge guns.
there it is. It's 3 times the size of his body.
It literally is. It's 3 of them stacked on top of each other, and it's called Harbinger of the Void.
Where we got fun skills like
You've got
spot
Ricardo
or train a wasted.
Cabasa on the bayonet of the weapon.
He can run very fast with a 16 in that.
I would love to see this kid run around with this big fuck off gun, just like sprinting around the battlefield.
If you want a gun behind that, it's going to be, I think, your feats and your shooting gun stat, which is a 15. So it is a plus 25 to run that attack roll.
That's kind of fucked.
But in terms of anything else, really, well, in terms of a meat check, statistically, he's not going to succeed that unless you roll a critical success.
Yep.
And with the gray matter, you have to roll. I think that's like a 1 in 15 chance of getting anywhere with that stat.
Well, he is a
Uh,
kid, so that makes sense.
So he's shredded and he's completely useless in anything that does not involve the mouth, the feet, or nut stat. And that's it. He really does look like an innovator sim.
He
really
actually does. I'm not even gonna lie. He just
I
is.
swear to you, like if you told me Jordan Vasquez wrote and drew this, I would have believed you.
And I would too, because it just looks like him. He's
It
got a pet
really
what's
does.
it? Or what
Yeah,
or was it?
yeah. If you've been noticing that little weird dog creature throughout this, that's a wasted, which is just one of the natural uh, animals they can find on the human occupied landfill, and they're everywhere because they breed like rabbits.
Makes sense.
They're also your main source of food, so enjoy.
Well, it's his
And
pet, so he's probably not gonna eat it.
and then we have a whole backstory for this character where he's 3'1", he's got a bouffant hairdo, he's got a big gun, he's called the Lead Pig, and he says life ain't easy when you're being greasy. And
That sounds all right.
And he's just here to shoot a gun, and he's doomed to live a life of self-chosen paranoia and loneliness because he's a kid in the human occupied landfill, and he's creepy, and that's his character.
Yep.
And that's it. And this is a official recording from Dr. Curtis Welvenheisen, the chief psychoanalyst of the penal section of the human occupied landfill. I did not know they were therapists here.
Well, somebody got to do it. Maybe he was arrested for something, and now he just happens to be the psychoanalyst of HOL.
This is like it's a self. He just gave the award to himself, the position to himself.
Basically, yeah, he's like the medic from Team Fortress 2. Anyway, that's how I lost my medical license.
And the drama on this character is that he's the only 10-year-old boy on this planet. He's the only one that has survived long enough to become 10.
That's because he's kind of fucked up, creepy, and paranoid.
And let's see, and that hairdo is 7 inches long.
And probably never has had a haircut.
Next up, we got Eugene Spinkler.
And he is exactly what you'd expect.
Look at how fucked these stats are, man. Like, Great Man is at 10, but everything else is fucking worthless.
Yeah. He's an actual Redditor. They should replace all images of the Soyjack Redditor with this.
With this dude, he's 16 and a half. He's a man. He doesn't bathe. He fails to bathe. He's stupid. He's skilled at poetry classics, at having light bulb ideas, science and academic shit, and then that's it. He's completely fucking useless and worthless when it comes to anything else.
An innate knowledge of every RPG ever written. And run blindly into eternal damnation because you're too oblivious to notice.
His concept is that he's a gamer. As for what kind of gamer, just any game kind of gamer.
Yes.
And that he's a geek. And he's a very self-righteous kind of person. He thinks he's cool. When he's really just a fucking loser. He giggles constantly. He snorts constantly. He tells bad jokes. It's not that kind of shit.
He's probably got the upper decker gums, you know.
And now he's just here on a penal colony where he is going to die. No question about that.
Yep.
And you probably could get something out of him, like if you need a phone to be hacked to make a call across the galaxy or something like that. But besides that, why is this guy with traveling with you?
Probably because you seem to remind him of somebody from one of his video games, I guess.
There's also a picture in the bottom right corner of what it sounds like when he speaks. If you carefully study page 37 of the whole rulebook and also look at page 112 of the same paragraph, he's basically a jab at, you know the type of Kyle,
he's
the
a
rules
Redditor.
lawyer. Or if you want to name a name, Metro on our server.
Oh God!
When it comes to mechanics.
Jesus Christ!
No, it's a meme. He knows it.
Yep. And there's also, I love the fact that every bent starts with fucked up and.
Is that the?
Well, I mean, they are all fucked up, so it's not entirely an inaccurate statement. So,
Speaking of fucked up, here's where the Black Dog label comes into play.
yeah, I don't even want to put that up on screen. That's just creepy.
Brother Aristotle Stud Basket, where his whole thing is that he is a Catholic priest rapist.
Yep.
And none of his victims are of the terrible twos in age.
Yeah.
And
And
one
his
of his
fucking
special abilities-
staff is a gumball machine.
He has the special ability to summon 3d6 boys in any scene he's in. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting. The
It
game
was-
wants
it
you
was
to
very-
play as this.
That was a pre-made option. And given what a meat grinder this is, somebody is eventually going to have to pick up this guy.
Jesus Christ.
He is the last to be picked, but he'll eventually have to be picked because the other characters you were using died because you rolled a snake eyes.
Yes.
And yeah, that's basically what it is. Just every stereotype you have of creepy Catholic rapist, this is this character.
Yeah. And they're
he
all
also has
different,
a-
but he always calls them Timmy.
He also has a canonical crush on Lead Pig that I mentioned before.
Yo.
Yeah, great. And his whole joke picture is him holding up a pair of panties and saying this is new uniform for Squire Boys.
Yep.
Which, not too far off from what happens in real life.
It reminds me of
So-
the fucking track coach from Moral Oral.
Oh my, Coach Stop Frame.
Yeah, Coach Stop Frame, who's like having a gay affair with Oral's dad.
Exactly that. Well, Clay was all into it. But
Oh yeah.
next up is The Revenant, who you thought was actually kind of cool looking. It's got
The Revenant
This-
it does actually look sick as hell. This is actually like some pretty solid character design here.
he's wearing the fourth Doctor's jacket. He's got a fedora hat. He's got a tippet. As he moderates your Discord. He's
This
got a
guy
gun in
is
one
like the
hand,
end goal of Kip Miller right here.
a lightsaber in his other hand to go to prison and die.
Well, no, probably not that, but just like to look this cool.
He's got a gray mask set of 5, a meat of 6, mouth of 2, feet of 6, and nuts of 7. So we dumped charisma, but he's okay at everything else.
Yes.
That's still a very thin margin of error, but he's not cooked like some other characters.
Special abilities, great taste in clothes. I agree, game. I agree.
And he's 32 years old. He narrates to himself constantly, and he has an armor score of 10, which is very good. It's gonna
Yep,
take a while
if you
before
want a
this guy
combat
dies.
build, this is one of them.
He has the ability to seek the guilty at 9. He's got make light cutlass go soft through soft things that colorize instantly and scream at 12.
Pretty
and shoot gun at 7. And jetpack at 10. This really is just a fucking shit post, isn't it?
I don't care. This is cool as hell. I like this.
He used to work for, take a look at this. I believe it was a secret spy organization called Cheddar. That was the acronym for it. That may or may not have been real at all. He swears he is the main character who's just making up different crimes for him to go on for everything. He does not know how to spell the word relief. And now he's just here to just be the shitpost of the day and be the spirit of vengeance, narrating to himself the entire time, like an episode of Darkwing Duck that you're trying to recall from memory. And
I don't
that's-
care. He's so cool. I like him.
Yeah. Well, how about Captain Wacky, who's our next character? Is
Captain Wacky.
if you want to find a more
Look, it's
viable build,
Melcav.
great mana of 4, so we finally got a stat that's not completely useless. That's still a very narrow margin of error, but I digress. Meat of 6, mouth of 9. We finally got a good Christmas stat. Feats of 9 and nuts of 7. Special ability, he can do the Mega Yodel that can turn his tongue upside down. Apparently it deals damage to like 14 damage on the agony damage meter.
That's kind of funny.
He's 28. He's fucked up and plays with balloon animals, and he's got an armor score of 12, which is very good.
Yes. Pretty sturdy, actually.
A very good melee build with a bunch of joke shit involved, along with a lot of
Well,
good
he's
dexterity.
a clown. Look at him.
He's able to run into combat, start swinging around with the axe. As it turns out, I think he's better with hand-to-hand unarmed combat instead of the axe. I think he's better. I think look at these stats, he's better with it.
Well, yeah, he's got that Psycho Bruce Lee shit at 14, and then Soft Things That Bleed. Well, no, he's about the same. Soft Things That Bleed and Scream is also 14.
And apparently he does have a gun stat too, because it's 11 modifier in that.
Yep.
And apparently that glaive he has, that vibrates.
Oh, interesting.
So he can shove the blunt end of it up his ass and just have an orgasm, have his own way with it. So what we have here for a backstory is what reads like a creepypasta.
It kind of is.
Of this guy going on a rant where I can't really tell you what the fuck he's talking about because he changes topics 5 different times now.
Again, this is Malcav.
Draw the face of this clown. Is he dead or is he just asleep? Let's see. And they say, in the author's note, if you're thinking having a clown in this game is contrived, who cares what you think?
Yeah, nothing. Nobody cares.
Next up is the man with no nam. We're back to having useless mouth stats again. Gray man at 4, meat at 6, feet of 9, and a nuts of 10. He's 44. He's a man, as everyone is in this damn book, and he rolls his own cigarettes. And that's why he's crazy.
Hell yeah.
He's got armor score of 12 as well. And the man with no nam can never be blinded because you just never see his eyes because they're always shaded with a hat. So how can you aim for those?
Exactly.
Amazing.
Honestly, good call.
And once again, like Pig earlier, quick draws at 14, intimidating stares at 15, shooting small guns is at 15. You have no real reason to not hit your shots with this guy at this rate of
He's
damage.
just really cool.
And he's got a bottle of 200 proof alcohol.
And his liver's about to jump out of his ass and hand him a letter of resignation.
His whole character is that he's this super edgy cowboy where he gambles, he drinks constantly, he's an alcoholic, he shoots people to death for no real reason but to do it because he's
Caleb
such a manly
from
man.
Blood.
And that's all there really is to this character. It's the whole backstory is it's a retelling of him in the middle of a poker game where guess what, somebody dies.
I live again.
We got Mph over here. We don't really know what his name is because this man clearly can't open his mouth.
Well, he's got his mouth stitched shut.
I do wonder, does he have legs or no legs?
I think they're like really small, but he walks around on his knuckles like Mugshot from Sly Cooper.
He's got a gray matter of 5, so he's smart and he looks. Feet of 6, meat of 10, nuts of 10, and a mouth score of a -2. So why are we even rolling with that?
You're not supposed to, I think is the thing. He's going to give a rousing speech through the stitches in his lips.
And armor score of 10. I'm guessing he's just so damn muscular that's
he's
able to
so
stop a bullet.
buff that bullets just block off his massive packs.
As you can see from the target on his chest that says, "Go on, try it, please." Which, it ain't going to work. Is that a mattress strapped to his back?
I cannot tell. Actually, I think it is.
It looks like a mattress that like you just flop backwards.
Yeah, it's like,
it just goes
it's
like...
bedtime. And there he goes.
He's 30 years old, and he mumbles a lot, apparently to himself.
Mm-hmm.
He has amazing patience and self-control, and apparently his skills involve comprehension through pugilation, plumbing something with a compact... Oh no, I found out what it is. That's a car he's got.
Oh, it's a car as a melee weapon?
Yeah, he's just swinging around a car.
That's kind of funny, actually.
He has a stat in poetry and classics, which is almost completely worthless on this guy because he can't really recite any of that, but I guess he can comprehend it.
Yep, and a copy of Beowulf.
And withstand hellish agony is at A15. And that car deals 14 damage per swing.
Well, yeah, it's a whole-ass car.
Incredible. Once again, if you want to go with a shitpost character, every barbarian character you've ever rolled in D&D when you just didn't have time or an idea for a new character, so you just made a barbarian, and this is him.
Yes.
And this is the character.
I unga, therefore I bunga.
And it's implied that he used to be a smart man, Used to be a very intelligent man with a lot of bright ideas, but now he's mutated into an 8-foot tall, muscle-bound super mutant that's now going to die on the human occupied landfill. And he doesn't like how his life ended up like this. He was once the historical mad scientist Dr. Harvey Lipschitz, Dr. Harvey Shitlips, and he was trying to do something involving guerrilla research until something went horribly wrong. He's now been injected with a massive dose of gorilla DNA, I think.
Yep.
And now he's here.
Now he's half gorilla.
Yeah. The Gorilla Man. Incredible.
the
Charles
real
Darwin
Planet
says
Apes.
you're a monkey.
So basically, a monkey.
Next up is Roaring Nad, and we can't show him on screen.
Oh yeah, we can't. Let me get over here so we can scroll past him.
Okay, so basically the man is a Silver Surfer, or he thinks he is.
Yep.
Was it?
He's covered in
Gray man
zinc.
Gray man out of 3, nuts of 7. Well, joke's on you. You have no nuts in that picture.
No.
Mouth of 3. Mouth of 6. Meat of 5. Feet of 10. I don't know where that armor score is coming from of 10.
I think from
he's
all the
45.
zinc he's covered in.
He's 45. He's aging pretty well.
I don't know. He's kind of flabby. I'm not gonna lie.
And well, I mean, like the face, like you don't see any sort of wrinkles on him. Now he has completed his Norwood journey because there's not a single hair on that head.
Yeah, but he's also just like, that's a freaky looking face. It's just blank eyes, blank mouth.
And he's got a hero complex of 11, pummel something with a large surfboard of 15, and flying on the surfboard of 10. And he's just here to fly on the surfboard. It's got a +4 to turnableness, a stat that doesn't really matter, and goes at 100.
1,180 meters per second, I think.
Yes. So how the fuck do you keep balance on that?
I don't think he does.
This is just a shit post. Every character in this is just a shit post.
This game is a shit post. I don't know what you're talking about.
They're getting shit postier as we're going.
Yes. Just wait till we get to the next one.
It ain't easy being zinc. It's in the vitamins, in the paint. And it's better than copper, gold, silver, iron, aluminum, titanium, platinum, nickel, lead, whatever. He's the man that painted himself shiny and he flies around on a surfboard. What did you think he was going to be? What do you think we were going to do with this character?
That's
you thought there was going to be some sort of deep backstory here? No. No. Apparently he was a guy who lived a normal life until I guess he just saw the wrong thing on TV one day and just painted himself zinc and then just went to prison for being covered in zinc.
For being covered in molten zinc, yeah.
Next up is Frank the Were Guy, who has the ability to turn into a man under a full moon.
That's
kind
of funny.
Well, what happens when you get bitten by a were man, you know?
You go and join the Werewolves of London and sing Warren Zevon songs all the time.
You got pretty decent stats. Like none of these stats are worthless. Like gray mana of 4, nuts of 9, meat of 7, mouth of 9. So we probably got to do some good charisma again.
Yep.
And feats of 5. He's 22. He's got more sex than you care to know. So I guess he's one of those prison gays, fucking everybody in the human occupied landfill.
Booty is more important than life.
I like you and I want you, so we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
Now, you're choosing the hard way.
You see, I watch a show at a time. It ain't come for no little boys. I didn't bring no milk, no cookies, no nothing.
I actually saw that the other day on Twitter. That's why I was reminded of that.
He's got an armor score of 11. His special abilities is that he's such a fucking cool guy and has the ability to turn into a man. And a very similar build to the Revenant from before.
I'll make you a man.
He can use guns. He's got 11 in guns, but I think they want you to beat people to death with his bare fist because he's got 11 in that stat.
Yep. He's very buff.
He's also got a 9 in pelvis wrestling, aka fucking another man in the ass.
Yep.
And that's a 9. So I told you he was gay. I told you this was homosexual.
He is gay.
And tolerate hideous amounts of bloody mutilation and still eat fast food out of 12. I never knew that was going to be a stat.
And here we are.
And take a look at what he's got. Apparently, he's also a chain smoker because look at just how many different cigarettes he's got and chewing tobacco, cup of coffee, canned brew of light, low-calorie beer.
Yeah, he's got to watch that girlish figure, dude.
Like, why are we worrying about our calorie count in our 20s, Kyle?
I certainly didn't. I'm 27 and I still don't worry about it. I just go to the gym 6 days a week.
I'm trying to grow in size and it's not working.
You're not doing it right. You got to eat like shit like me.
It's not working. From high tops of Olympus, he gazes across the broken landscape like a godlike pillar of manhood. He's basically just another guy who's narrating to himself, but instead he's like he's from a Frank Miller comic instead. That kind of writing, like Return to Dark Knight type shit.
Very campy.
Yeah. He thinks he's a very awesome badass guy. He's like this renegade cop where he's bringing justice to the whole in his own real twisted sense of authority. So congratulations, you schmuck. You're actually helping out the Confederation of Worlds by executing prisoners on HOL. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the place is a shithole, so it doesn't matter.
You don't realize that you're a tool of the fascist. What a genius he is.
Yep.
And then we got a guy who's probably the best concept, but his stats fucking suck across the board. The King.
The King, man. The King, you could see the King get caked up out here. He's got his ass all out, man.
Yeah, we mentioned this last night. He's got a big ass.
He does have a massive ass, and I have no idea why.
I think Frank is going to want to hit this guy up, right?
Hey,
maybe kind of sort of.
Hey, man, how you doing? I see you're older man, and let me tell you, I'm older man. I'm 29 years old. You're looking pretty good for a young fella yourself.
Archie and Victor, I want you two to draw fan art of these two characters together.
I think Vic will do it.
And so we got the King. He's 49 years old. He's all man. He challenged jelly donuts like they're going out of style.
Yep.
So yeah, basically another analogy to Elvis's rapid weight loss towards the end of his career.
Weight loss or weight gain?
Weight gain.
Yeah,
and then he lost it all after he died.
I still remember like seeing footage of him when he was like fucking fat as shit and singing on stage, and dude walks out, hands him a can of Coke, and I'm like, damn, bro. Just all fat and shit. It probably didn't help that he was eating Fool's Gold sandwiches for fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You ever seen one of those?
Fucking fat as shit, right?
Oh my god, a Fool's Gold sandwich. So you get a whole ass loaf of Italian bread, you gut out the bread, you cover it in butter, you take some medium rare bacon, or no, hell, just rare bacon.
Peanut butter and jelly, right?
Peanut butter, jelly, bananas, and floppy bacon.
It doesn't even sound good, and he ate that.
Dude, he had a weird appetite, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I've got weird taste. I think that's nasty.
I mean, there's also you could see there was a Kentucky Gentleman advertisement that had Fat Elvis on it.
There's two different kinds of Elvis. There's Elvis and then there's Fat Elvis.
Yep.
We got a gray matter of 3, meat of 2, mouth of 9, feet of 2, and nuts of 8. Armor score of 7. This guy's stats suck for this game.
Well, yeah, but if you want to just like put on a show of being Elvis, I mean, that's all you need. You just need to be Elvis, baby. All you got to do is get up on stage and do your thing.
But his special ability is that he cannot die. I mean, like, even if he rolls snake eyes, he cannot die.
Because the King never died, baby.
And he's got really crappy stats across the board where make someone stop living with your fists is just a whopping 5. Eat anything is like a 14. And like, poetry and classics is a 5. This guy has a gun stat, but it's a whopping 3 modifier to it.
Yep. I don't think you're going to be shooting anything as Elvis. I think you're just going to like go to different places on HOL and just sing a bunch of songs.
And then get shot yourself.
I said a honka burning love.
And then we get, and then instead of a backstory, we just get what you think it's Elvis. And it's just him doing something that is not possible with the nature of this game, defeating a boss.
Yep.
With the Dunkin' Donuts iron sack.
That's a lot of donuts.
No, you might be thinking, are there any women on this planet? No.
Whole needs women.
It's There are no women on this planet because none of them have done anything horrible enough to be sent to the human occupied landfill. And
Which I find hard to believe because women do some heinous shit.
Well, they just lied their way out of it in court.
I mean, yeah, it
Easy
makes
as that.
sense. Given that this is a crap sack world, it makes sense they'll be able to do that.
All these women sending these men to the human occupied landfill, it's a tragedy.
Yup, basically.
But you know, it's more men for Frank to fuck, so that's okay.
That's true. And you know what? Frank's probably the cleanest guy out there because at least he has condoms on him.
So I was kind of like losing. This book was kind of losing me a little bit because of just how goofy we were getting before, until I read the no women section, and kind of my mind immediately snapped. At least the painful.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, we can't play his buddy? Okay.
And then immediately I was pulled back into it because of that. Where I start getting all these different ideas. I actually do have ideas for this game. For it, like, just as a joke section. You think we should just run this game as a joke for the channel?
I think we should.
Like,
just once.
So it's like 4 sessions long and then that's it.
I don't even think that. Like, it'll probably be 2 sessions, if that.
Like all of you will die after rolling snake eyes.
Probably, yep.
We got a man who's dead in his prison cell. We've got what happened to well, we know who the man is because we're currently in Iran fighting a war because of that.
Yep, basically.
And that's what it looked like in his final moments. Definitely.
Yep.
So now we have all the weird shit involved where it's saying like, how do you work as a Holmeister? The guy that runs the game. All you really need to do is just have a copy of this book, and now you know how to be the Holmaster.
Basically.
And now right in the game. Rule 1, ignore any rule you think will fuck up the game. 2, ignore anything you don't like. Part 3, act out everything. Make weird voices, roleplay into the stem of the asparagus, use reoccurring NPCs, think melodramatic, parody everything, slapstick, let your imagination spot into something firm yet soft, which I actually do think is solid advice.
Yes.
For running a game.
Dude, as fucked as this book is, this is actually great advice for being a DM.
The reason why I stopped running Rage Across Russia was because I stopped having fun with my own premise. Is the reason why I stopped.
Yeah.
It just went on rails for me. But with other games I've run, I was not going to run Orpheus Crusade of Ashes for as long as I did on Saturdays. But then I kept extending the game in length because of just how much I was enjoying myself running the game.
Yep.
Just running an Orpheus boss rush was something that was really fun for me to do.
Yeah.
And same with, I didn't think the Wraith the Oblivion game I was running on Fridays was going to last as long as it did until it lasted as long as it did.
How long did that go for?
We just finished it 2 days ago.
Oh, damn. Okay, so you've been in that for a minute.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's... Like, I'm getting that feeling like even near the end of Appalachia Season 1, I didn't have a whole lot of confidence for it, even at the start and throughout many points within the game itself. But I think...
that's your first game.
I mean, but even... and I'm thrilled that people love that game so much as a viewer. And who knows when Season 2 will come out, but eventually we'll get there.
Because there's points in the game where you just have to run something and say, fuck it, I want to put in a game. Now, don't do something embarrassing. Don't go and commission fetish art and then put that in your game as an NPC or as a boss fight.
No,
you don't
want to.
Don't do something like that.
Make something funny. Make something that'll get people to laugh or to go, holy shit, that's messed up. But don't just writers barely disguise fetish in the book. Don't do that.
I am waiting for the big Love Alicia counter to happen in World Darkness.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I'm not going to do that to you guys.
I'm waiting for the one where she looks like a hamburger, and we just have that as an encounter.
I'm not going to do that. But no, I do agree with you. I think I do need to commend you on one thing, because I think you said it for years that I would kind of come into my own when I ran Vampire. And you are right. I am enjoying running Vampire a lot more than Werewolf.
And I feel like with Mage as well, if you went for more of a studious element to Mage, which is why I'm doing with my players on Tuesday, because we go on wild adventures with that Mage game, but I spend just as much time with the players developing new spells and understanding their spells and working on the paradigm.
Make it more like Wizards 101.
Yeah, I made it very clear from session 1 the paradigm was going to matter throughout the entire game, and you had to establish a paradigm that made sense for your character. You couldn't just fart this out. You had to actually think, why can you cast magic? And it goes like the whole thing goes like in terms of running the game. I like plot thicker than bad mayonnaise. About a week into the campaign, one of the players comes to me with a sheet of paper so heaped with scribbles and lines that looks like a web constructed by a spider. And he says, I'm about to contradict every RPG player I ever read on the subject of adventures. Are you gripping your armchair? Don't make maps. That's why he says, don't write down NPC stats. Go plan out everything inch of the ground you want your PCs to go. Don't plan out their actions. The maps, I kind of disagree with, like half and half with, because I don't have a map for everything. Because with the Orpheus game, I did not make a map for every single location we went to. That would have been asinine. And same thing when I did Disco by Night. Same thing that I'm doing now with Rage Underground. Not everything you do needs to have a map. You want to have a set number of locations of interest that players go to, but don't make a map for everything.
Yeah, that was the mistake I made during Rage Across Appalachia, and it caused a lot of heartache.
And when I was running, when I run all my games, all my World Darkness games, the only game that I made stat sheets for was Las Vegas by Night, the first game I ran, then that was it. Ever since then, I have never written a stat sheet for any of the NPCs I've used.
See, I still do it for pretty much every character, because I know that one of you is going to fuck with them.
It's that I put a character down, I know what I want the character to accomplish for the scene. I have an arbitrary number of willpower for that character in my mind. I have an idea of what I want their dice pools to be, and then I just roll with it.
See, I have no idea how you keep track of that shit.
Like, I could not do that with D&D 5e. And part of what became such a fucking slog for me running D&D 5e, especially like late into it, when I was running games for 2 years in D&D 5e weekly. And towards the end of year 2, I got to a point where I did not want to do DM prepping at all. Because running an NPC sheet was just that fucking asinine for me to do. I did not enjoy doing it. But having ideas to what I want the character to do and what I want that character to do before he is either killed off or leaves the scene, I focus on that instead. I know what level would be reasonable, and I just roll with that from there.
I mean, yeah, so, that makes sense when it comes to like building characters. Me, I still haven't broken that habit, and I still indeed build character sheets. Even if it's something like, like a police officer NPC, building a template that I can use for other characters seems to help out a lot with, streamlining anything that happens. Because
it's funny like how we say we're good at one thing and then we end up getting focusing and fixated on the other.
Exactly.
Because you run very good stories, but you get hung up on mechanics. Meanwhile, you say that I run very good mechanics, but I struggle with the story. That's the oxymoron between the two of us.
Yeah, it is funny. It's like we're our own worst critics when it comes to these things. I know what I'm good at, but like, but the thing is that you do intuit mechanics a lot better than I do.
Well, I just decide, is this fun? And then if it is fun, I do it. If it's not fun, I don't do it.
That's fair.
And that's it. That's as far as I go with mechanics.
Yeah, I don't know. And the story's kind of effortless for me. I mean, you guys do most of the writing for me.
And they have a rant in here out of nowhere. I'm not even sure if this has anything to do with the game. The bell curve of the 3d6.
Yeah, I don't know what this is actually for. And then mitosis that looks like a hairy asshole.
I think it's like supposed to be like a general distribution of stats if you're making an NPC sheet for this game.
I guess so. I couldn't tell you.
If you want to get mechanical with it, just say fuck it, just roll a 3d6 and just put a stat down, and then boom, that's fucking it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And then we go off to flipping through this. I think we can just go ahead and get to so there's a whole thing here for experience points. And once again, this is just another fucking joke section. Saying you're probably wondering how character progression is supposed to work in this game. This is a game for experience, as in capable, creative, and sexually perverse. I mean, well-versed in film role-playing games players. meaning that you can handle this on your fucking own. We don't really give a shit.
Yep.
If you want to put an experience in this game, the developer said you can do that if you want to, and then you decide how you want to set the sheet, and you decide the values, and you decide if you want to upgrade shit. You can raise an attribute by 1 if you want to, or a skill by 1, whatever the fuck you feel like doing. But this is just to be a story first, mechanical, grindy game second.
Definitely.
Something I feel a lot of power gamers miss with World of Darkness as well.
Yeah, it's like a good build is nothing if you don't have an interesting character. That's
Exactly that.
Ends the Road was a power build. No, make no mistake. You could one tap basically anything. But the conflict within herself is what made and the other members of the pack is what made her so fascinating to watch.
And same with what Rupert's doing right now with Rufus the Guard and Miami by Night.
Yes.
Where he went hard and in depth with a hidden discipline that he designed using the KDF rules and pariahs.
Yep.
But that's only half the character. It's Rufus's arrogance that makes him interesting as well.
His arrogance, his backstory, and we just kind of made up the whole New Orleans thing, and he was a champion about that. Came up with that like nothing. I was baffled when he did that. I was like, holy shit, he actually thought that all out. And we got that great moment out of that episode, and I'm like, this is the shit that I need.
And it made him as a character where he is a brick being thrown in a glass house. He is this very magnanimous kind of character that swears that he's right, everyone else is wrong, has no self-reflection, and is going to completely disrupt whatever he thinks he's getting into.
Exactly, and that's honestly the best thing an NR can be. So I'm thrilled to see how the character progresses as things get tighter and tighter in Miami.
Yeah, I think we were saying in the middle of that session that Mike Del Toro was the problem child. No, he's the decoy problem child. Rufus is the one who's going to cause a real issue that you can't fix.
I think he already has, and it's set in motion now. So this is gonna get really fucked real quick.
Next up is the lore, where Kyle, do you want to do this bit?
I did not get this far in the book. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Okay, so this is a whole joke section where I'll just read bits and pieces of this just to really display what a joke this is. So, circa 5000 BR. What does BR stand for? Well, you don't get to fucking know what it stands for.
I think it's
just
before the
here
Republic,
to,
if I'm not if I'm...
that's what you think it means?
Yeah, before the Republic.
Mankind began to slowly explore the rest of the galaxy after dilly-dallying about for far too long. They discovered instant coffee. As the rest of the inhabitants of the galaxy, they couldn't have cared less for humans and used them as pinatas until the planet was a smoking pebble orbiting a cold sun. Truthfully, the starfaring alien races of the time did a lot to keep the repugnant little snots boring within their planet, giving them things like Kool-Aid, Mustav, and daytime television, so they would never make it to the blue ball.
Muzak is what it was.
Yes, we were Muzak.
Yep, like the fucking easy listening elevator music bullshit.
So almost like a parody of Warhammer 40k. I don't think that's intentional or not. The Eldar hoping that the humans never leave Earth.
Yep,
is what this is.
And I fucked that up, didn't I?
And then they did, and they proceeded to rapidly advance way faster than the Eldar ever did.
The only thing I can think about with the Eldar is the one interaction between the Eldar and like a surrogate human AI that he's built to try and figure out how humans work. And the exchange was something along the lines of, humans seem to have a very slapshod knowledge of science and technology. It's anyone's guess as to what one human knows and doesn't know. For example, human, how does a laser gun work? Subatomic fusion heats a gas and fires the particles through magnetism? Excellent. And how does one fix a broken laser gun? I don't know. Light some incense and pray to the machine gods.
As it turns out, the machine spirit is real in Warhammer 40k, and this is very important.
Yes.
Don't know how valuable this is. Circa 2136, that's not how Circa's supposed to work.
Yeah. Okay. They even say, okay, no more circus shit.
The jump slug revolution. Do we get an explanation of what that is? No. We renamed the Milky. We get rid of the Milky Way in Galaxy, and we just call it the Galaxy. And we chase out the aliens. And 113th Protectorate Allied systems are founded. The Earthlings come over and ruin everything, and we proceed to just farm on all the planets. Yes, farming. Okay, I'm just going to take my pills. The book says that.
Yep.
Uh,
I'll show
1407
it to you
BR, the
guys
first
'cause it's
empire is
actually kind of
founded.
funny. Farming.
1200 BR, the galaxy generally falls into barbarism.
Hanna-Barbarism, yes.
It took 200 years for that entire empire to fall apart.
Yep.
Amazing. And this has led to everybody falling apart, and the church becomes a thing. And then 742, Randy Chihuahua Almoda, the Archbishop of the 66 planets, unites the coming forces of the government with his white man burden attitude, swiping power away from the dying government. And Almoda has sent missionaries out to spread stuff in his will. 618, the first wisdom discovered in a welded steel box in his extremely northern Idaho. And then, behold,
it's funny.
enough said.
Yep.
I'm glad we had that whole section in here that had nothing to do with anything.
It was important, I assure you.
431, a group of ladies from Orlando 4, the retirement planet, although go on a Sunday drive, decide to pull over to what they assume is a yard sale, and it proves to be the final bargain for the errant grandmothers, as what they've stumbled into as a white elephant shop, but the homeworld of the race of beings has become known as the Sadud Nirg El Til Ishat. Mankind in general has a case of screaming heebie-jeebies, and once again, tremendously together to face a newfound threat. What the fuck are we even talking about?
We're going on just a fucking drug trip right now.
And it turns out none of this horror actually matters because this is all just a nonsense story.
It really is. And then 19BR, a place removed from a spy remarkable distances, a boy named Rupert is born as the son of a carpenter. And then by the time he turns 18, he decides to, herald in a new age of the rise and fall of civilizations, opening a bunch of convenience stores, and then eventually decides to make, the coalition of ordered worlds.
And then they would go off into Rupert II being sired as his son. And then he's remembered for being the Taps for Tots, where under his children could exchange labels for cans of Ramble's noodle soup for home beer. And that's his legacy.
Nice.
And then Rupert III comes out, who raises the rent of everything and goes west 3 days later to never be seen again. As it turns out, he disappeared and just became a guy on a beach planet.
Honestly, that's kind of based. I'd do that.
Yeah, that's what happens. I screw over the government and dad dip. Chris Christie in New Jersey?
Yes.
Basically what he is.
Pretty much.
163, the Flesh Tenders appear, which are these street gangs that are basically the leading population of fucking Hull. And then we somehow got to Rupert the Ninth, and now we're here where we're just in a very stereotypically overbearing empire where kangaroo courts happen, the church controls everything, the church controls the government controls the church, and nobody has any rights, and everything just sucks for everyone.
Yep.
So
welcome to this crap sack bullshit world. Have fun.
They're led by the Confederacy of Worlds, known as COW, or the whole enchilada, which is this big space dictatorship that is looking for the man who covered himself in zinc so he can put him in Hull. There's this one poster right there.
Oh yeah, that's the same dude from earlier.
Yeah, it's it. We couldn't show him before, but we can show that picture.
Yep, he is indeed wanted, and they'll pay you 10,000 chits to fucking to take this man in alive, I guess.
It's a place that's essentially this government shithole that's living off of the frontier, where we have all this agricultural products and livestock, where we have factory farming out the ass, and everything is unhealthy and everything's disgusting. I just got done reading burger entries, so I'm imagining that kind of food being used.
The burger man.
Kyle, we have a section in that book where it describes a grandmother sucking the cooked gums off of horse teeth and spitting the teeth back onto her plate.
Ew.
That kind of fun food is what you can imagine is being served in this world.
I do like
And-
the fact that that the surfers wanted posters is performing acts of selfless heroism without a selfless heroism license. That's peak writing right there. I love that.
Oh, man, you got a license you got a permit for that?
I love that. That's
You got
hilarious.
a permit to be a hero? And it describes the government of Cal being this bureaucratic hell where it's going to take you hours and hours for you to get anywhere. You got two main middle managers. Rupert has all this power, and nobody really defines what power he has. He just has it. We've got 27 different executives that don't really seem to do anything. And we have all these little goodies that distract you, like the people's choice of favorite imperial holidays, like Red Fox's birthday,
All right.
which is a bigger state in June. Delhi Meats Day, which goes on for August 22nd and 26th. High Colonic Sunday, which is the first Sunday of March, where you just get a tube shoved up your ass and get water sprayed into it. Christmas, which is now July 25th.
Yep.
As you can see, the birth of Jesus was supposed to be in the summer and not in winter. Okay, well, whatever.
There's also fuck all this stupid shit. Just take the week off, December 1st through 7th.
We are stealing the pagan holiday anyway.
I love it. I love it.
And just, I feel like the satire kind of writes itself, where it's satire of satire at this rate.
It really is, and I love this. This is hilarious.
The average citizen of the cow lives a life of summer to hours, apartment 5 days on the job, Sundays to church, an annual trip to Toasterland, 2.37 kids and a dog. He eats frozen custard out of the fridge and just works a job where he just marries a woman he doesn't actually love, has to live making sure the police don't ever check his license plate being expired, and they pull him over and he has to go and get his license renewed and take off work, which he couldn't actually afford to take off anyway. And just the basic suburban, Stepford Smiler life that you would expect from a military like this.
This is basically how Super Earth lives in Helldivers 2.
And the military might have the cow. So how familiar are you with Starship Troopers?
I gotta be honest, I have not watched it. I watched
but
a
you know
little
the
bit
memes.
of it, but yeah, I know the memes.
Okay, so think of that.
Yeah, this is all the memes. This is just Space America is what it's that meme, Space Brits versus Space Americans.
We are here to crush any social change, any alien cultures, and any rowdy Frenchmen we come across.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear.
What was that quote from your favorite game, Metal Gear Solid 2? They had us watch all these movies of military guys, the macho guys. They called it image training. Exactly that. Well, you had to be just a born a fanboy, right? And you couldn't match up to that image.
What?
That's why everybody hated you.
Well, no, it's also because Kojima was, trying to troll the player base, and then
it's the meta plot, Kyle. The meta plot of making a sequel.
Oh, it's the meta plot of it fucking sucks.
It's a sequel about making a sequel.
You could have just had Solid Snake discover the fucking Patriots and actually made the game cool, but no, you had to stick us with Raiden because you hated your fan base so much. We could have done the same
thing all over again, or we could have done the same thing all over again while commentating that we're doing the same thing all over again.
Exactly. And you know what? You could have done it with somebody cool like Snake instead of Raiden.
We have the Inquisition. It took me a minute to read that font.
Yeah, it is kind of fucky in this book, isn't it?
And this is essentially like the National Enquirer, where let's just combine a Inquisition force with a tabloid journalist. And that's what we got. We're here to find out if you're guilty of anything, and if you are guilty, we'll turn it into a tabloid story.
Basically.
The only news that we ever post here is bad news. It can be arranged, my young Skywalker. You can have your photo here. If you want to be the next guy who's wanted and we hunt you down, we can turn you into a story. We can make you famous.
I love how it's your photo here, and it's the dude using a sheep to cover his private parts.
Yeah, you want to be in that picture, Kyle?
No.
Within the power of AI, we can make it possible.
Oh, don't give HB any ideas, please. Especially not that. That's I will draw the line there. I've drawn 2 lines. I'm not doing any Nazi uniforms. I'm not doing anything like that. Those are the lines I'm drawing.
We said the uniforms, but the naked sheep is still on the table.
No, that is not on the table. That is very, very much a not okay thing.
So it's run by a guy called Morty, who is Emperor Rupert's chief advisor, and Morty.
Rick, I don't have time for all of your stupid adventures. I'm trying to write a tabloid over here.
But Morty, we need to go to the HOL and find a 10-year-old boy with the harbinger of the apocalypse in order to destroy Rupert the Ninth.
But Rupert's the one who gave me this job, Rick. Why you always got to butt into my business?
Behold, I am Justin Roiland to have 2 voices.
Basically.
And Morty thinks that he's J. Edgar Hoover. I think if this book was written 20 years later, I think Edward Snowden would be the guy that you'd be comparing this to.
Probably, yes.
Where it's his business to get into everyone else's business and make a story out of it.
Well, the only difference is that Edward Snowden found out actual injustices by our government, and then the government tried to kill him.
When this guy Morty's just out to ruin your life for his own entertainment.
Basically.
Is up to that. And I love how the next image we got coming in, the crucifix.
It says repent and it has 666 on the fucking and the gemstone and the hilt.
I love how they go super corporate with the church in this one, where everything the church uses is trademarked or some sort of product.
I mean,
that's what it is.
It's God Incorporated.
Where it is a church dedicated to fast food. Our Lady of the Friolator. It is a church entirely dedicated to the act of consumerism. Yes.
Nice.
The holy symbol they have is the spronk. The spronk. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. The spronk.
Oh, spronk.
It is a spork and combined with a cross, and that is your holy symbol.
That's kind of hilarious.
Where this is what you do. We combined your Sunday dinner and Sunday service into one to help you save time. How efficient.
I remember Lavelle Crawford did a bit about that where it was like, I was like, man, if they had church at a Golden Corral, I'd be there every Sunday. Go on, preacher, go on. Is that chicken? Can you pass the chicken, please? Man, you climb it today. Yeah, could I have some more gravy on that?
We're going to need some more money in the plate. And if you think we're going to eat any of our good fish after the service, you're definitely going to need to put some money in the plate. Preacher Polly, I see you didn't put any money in the plate. Here's your plate again. Put some money in it.
It's just the scene of Homer, like, poking Mr. Burns with the donation basket, and he dumps out his wallet and puts his watch in there.
And what does the church do? They convince the middle class to give their money to a lower class so they can spend it on something stupid and then repeat the vicious cycle over and over again.
Yep, basically.
Welfare is a fucking joke.
Yep.
Ultimately. And it's all about fiscal responsibility. We're going to teach you how to be responsible with your money by giving it to the poor. And that you give your money to us on stupid shit and fat food. And just admit that you don't ever want to go on a diet for your own health. You're never going to go exercise because food just tastes too good and you don't want to stop eating.
I mean, I'm with that.
Just admit it. You think you're going to go on a treadmill, lose all this weight. Well, guess what? Because you're 400 pounds, you're going to destroy your joints doing it.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Just go to a sauna. That's all you got to do. Sweat the shit out. Yes, smell like shit. And it'll help you out.
I don't know. Like going into a sauna after a workout is kind of goated. I'm not gonna lie.
And here we are. We're looking at this fucking text. It's going into descriptions of how extremely gaudy and gauche the Pope is. So put 2 and 2 together and find out where all the money, your donations, is going.
Yep.
Was the mega church really a threat back in the 90s?
I mean, I'm sure to some people it will actually know it. I think Super Eye Patch Wolf did kind of cover those a little bit in Dark Side of Martial Arts videos.
Because I think like Robert Tilton he made his millions in the 80s. This man made, I think it was $88 million in the 80s.
Wasn't he also fucking gay prostitutes and smoking meth?
that might have been something he did, but I remember that it was this big damn scam where all the prayers he was mailed were just in a dumpster, and he just took the money and just threw away the rest of the envelope.
Yep.
And I think around this time with the Satanic Panic too, that people were starting to catch on that the church had way too much fucking power in American culture.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, really.
I think that's what it is, and how it all became about this big damn scam for money.
Yep.
So behold, social commentary in my hole.
The only problem
in
with
my
that,
HOL.
I will say though, is that like there was such a violent reaction to mega churches and the Satanic Panic, and like New Age evangelism in the 1980s and the 1970s, that like people overreacted and then pushed us towards godlessness from the acts of people that used the word of God for ill gains. And now that has gone full circle, we realize why we kind of actually need religion.
It takes just one bad religious person to spoil it for everybody.
Yeah, but then it also takes a horde of Reddit atheists to realize, wow, maybe the book about all the wisdom of gods and the mistakes of man's past is actually a good thing to know.
Skipping to page 94, we now get into the monster manual of this book.
Yes.
We begin with the flesh tenders, where do you want an enemy that's just going to go and eat you?
That's a cannibal, basically.
Exactly that. I'm pretty sure these people are human, but they don't ever actually refer to them as humans, so this might just be an alien.
Yeah, probably.
Where these are people who will drag you back and either experiment on you and turn you into a toy, or will just eat you.
Yep. And there's one of like a clown with like stretched out jaws and like a needle in his eye.
And that rabbit used to be a man.
I'm sure it was.
Before he got put in the atomic blender and combined with a rabbit.
Yeah, it's probably fucked.
I guess that kind of means you can make your character anything in this game, really.
Yep. And the flesh-covered cheese ball.
And they're not here for no crimes against the Federation. They're here because of their own choosing. They just choose to live here because of just the lawlessness and the viciousness of this land.
They can do whatever the hell they want.
If they were competent, they'd be very similar to Judge Holden from Blood Meridian. Exactly that.
Yep.
We got good pictures of what they look like in the flesh and in lighting on the next page. Is very charming blender usage.
Oh, what, with the blood all over the wall and the clown face?
Yeah, with the needle in his eye.
Yep. That is pretty scuffed, I gotta say.
This feels like it would fit into Clan Book Zamichi.
It really would, and that's probably where they got a lot of their inspiration for Clan Zamichi, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Like the front pictures. This was drawn all the way back in '92.
Yeah, they had some fuck shit going on in the '90s.
It took 2 years to make this book. And then we also get some other good experiments, like the flesh-covered cheese ball,
and
how good does it taste?
And and a tongue, we think, and then followed quickly after by the cheese-covered flesh ball. Definitely not a tongue, we know.
This is basically a parody of all the enemies in World of Darkness games or any TTRPG really that are just really edgy for the sake of edgy, like in Vampire the Masquerade, the Zamichi, or Will of the Apocalypse, Pentex.
Yep.
Or Meiji Senshin's Nafadi. This is basically like reads out what these guys do from memory. Is this entire section.
That makes sense, in all honesty.
It's like, ooh, look how cool my RPG is. Look at how evil the villains are. Okay, well, sure, back in the 90s, that was like in 1992 or 91, that would have been a shocking thing.
Now, it's still pretty unsettling.
But even like with how we have shows that are mainstream like Game of Thrones and Invincible, extreme blood and gore like that just does not have the shock value it used to. When it comes to,
I'd say that it does, because there's been, that might be in some cases, but there's also been, you probably heard this phrase a lot, infantilization of violence.
Yes.
And I don't see any of that here. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find a quip or a joke in something like that. This is like genuinely pretty freaking raw, man.
I mean, for this section, this probably would have been more shocking if I read this back in the 90s. But
Yeah.
after Omni-Man shredding a subway with his son's face becomes a meme, it's kind of like, yeah, I know it's nasty, but it's not that kind. It doesn't really have that kind of effect on me.
I suppose, yeah.
And well, what that says about me as a person, I guess you can decide for yourself
A
in the
little bit of
comments.
desensitization here and there. It's fine.
This is also followed by the Personal Injury Guild. Have you been injured in the human occupied landfill? Well, we'll sue for you.
Honestly, they're ahead of curve on this one. Lawyers do, in fact, ruin everything.
Dog, when I got T-boned in my car, I got called by 3 different people.
Gee, I wonder why.
As it turns out, I should have just said, okay, I'm going to call Pound Law on you, and I should have given them the number.
Probably.
Because it's against the law for a lawyer to do that with you. You can actually get their badges removed for doing that.
And they must have been desperate for clients.
Exactly that. Your favorite ambulance chasing lawyer, Morgan & Morgan, Top Dog Law, Speaks Law Firm. That's all the advertisements I get on the radio now. Is that shit.
Dude, I fucking hate lawyers.
They're also no. Oh, so this is where the benefit comes into play. This is the Personal Injury Guild PIG.
Pig.
Yeah. That's what I call a defense attorney. That's what I call a litigator.
Yep, that is accurate.
Oh, well, next up is the Slug Handlers, where these are guys that we'll see it later in the book. There are these giant slugs that are in this game. These are guys that wrangle the slugs.
They wrangle slugs?
Yeah, they wrangle these giant slugs that you ride on.
Oh, neat. So they're like the Worm Riders from Dune.
And they defend the slugs, and then the slugs fucking kill them anyway, but they make sure that nobody tries to steal their slugs, and they have a monopoly on slugs in the human occupied landfill. There's an order in NHOL, and it's slug. The right to have a slug.
Yeah, that's about it.
Next up, we have dump technicians, the people who are dropping you off and then getting the fuck out of there as soon as possible before something shoots them.
Yep.
You drive up, you dump off the load with any sort of people that are in your trash bin with them, and then you get the fuck out of there. They don't ask questions about what they're doing. You just flew across the galaxy from the frontier to drop some guys off that came from the prisons within the Confederation of Worlds. You put them in the landfill. You get out of there. You're just there for a paycheck.
Very affable villain. This dude on the page is just lighting up the fattest stove over here, though. It's just the tightest blunt. Like, look at that dude.
He's speaking so fast, his words are actually blending together.
Gives you a little primer.
It's
like Dale Gribble in the cold darkness of the future.
I was going to say it's like that scene from Hot Fuzz where they ask the guy in the countryside a question, and his English accent is so thick nobody can understand him. Yeah. So he looks over to his partner. What do you say? And his accent's too thick, and he looks over to his second partner. What do you say? It's the English language, and you managed to make it sound like a foreign language.
Well, yeah, I mean, the further north you get from England towards Scotland, the more unintelligible it gets.
We also have the Dickens boys under Cow Edict 5150, which is police code for somebody with a mental illness.
Yep.
I do believe.
I think so.
All fine. Well, okay, all fine. We just got these boys over here that have these giant ass things that go boom, I suppose.
Yep, they just blow shit up.
When orders came from the librarians of Blowmine to turn over all their precious books and papers to the Inquisition.
No, it's Blomawad.
It broke their feeble little hearts and birthed rebellions. And so it's all these different kids that kill people, if I'm reading this right.
So it's basically like what Fig would have become, or Piv would have become, had he not been paranoid.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And look at this. Are they like in favor of the library or against the library?
I have no idea.
No, they're with the library. These kids are defending the library.
Yep.
And enforcing the rules of the library.
Yeah, so don't talk in the library.
Well, I'm not really sure. I'm not. I mean, I was a little kid in the 2000s. I don't remember anybody being this vehemently defensive of a library during my time.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, I guess if you were a kid in the city that had very little to do and didn't have many toys, I guess you spent a lot of time in the library.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
School library, you can't really sit around and read books there. You have to go to a public one.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I spent a lot of time at the school library. I was mostly just looking for the Sonic the Hedgehog comics.
I'll just ever go in there, just check out a book, and then leave. And that's as long as it took. And eventually, I realized I could just read books on my phone. And I stopped doing it entirely when I was in high school.
I do kind of like the positivity of like a paperback book, though.
Next up is the sodomy bikers.
They're bikers who sodomize.
They ass fuck you.
Yep.
And they're bikers. And there's, what was this? These are beings of dark myth. Their creation is lost to shadow unwritten histories of the human occupied landfill.
They're gay Hells Angels. What the fuck?
Well, I think that's all the backstory you really need.
Yup, you're done. Keep going. And now what we call Make America Great Again, followers of the sacred hairpiece.
Is this is an airplane hangar in Wyoming?
Is it really?
It says there's a big sign that says that.
Oh.
Was it? The fucking font in this is almost unreadable.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty scuffed.
Let's see. This was founded by a simple farmer in a welded steel box in northern Idaho. The resulting Boise Poached Hairpieces franchise was a complete failure. However, not all had shat in the bed. For our farmer friends and our true fans of Dick emerged.
Yes, Dick Clark. The 13th.
It's thought that the Jillian heads believed that Dick ascended unto somewhere and he left a hairpiece behind as a sign. So this is like your Jesus figure where
it's Dick Clark.
He's a farmer who complained about getting screwed and then disappeared and then became a martyr.
Basically, yeah.
And then I swear to you what Chris Elliott drew on the next page, that belongs in World of Darkness.
Oh, what with like the disco balls and the dude with the mask on?
I almost had like a Streisand effect. I swore I saw that picture in Mage the Ascension, but no, I guess not.
I couldn't tell you.
That looks like it belongs in Mage. It looks so
does,
good.
Yeah. Is this an ecstatic? What's going on here?
It might be. It might be
that. It looks like it.
Or very creative Euthanatos.
One or the other.
Gonna kill you with
gotta
disco
love
balls.
the Euthanatos.
And so the Order of the Sacred Hairpiece is half entertainment and half administration, where it's all about. I'm actually kind of struggling to figure out what the fuck these guys.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what the whole. I think it's just a cult, really.
Like a cult dedicated to a farmer that got screwed over. Oh no, I forgot what this is. It's Scientology.
Oh,
this is what this is.
Have you seen the Scientology speedruns recently?
Yes, we're trying to find Tom Cruise.
They're trying to find Tom Cruise.
Power to them. I'm going to say go ahead, fuck them.
What's really funny is that because their headquarters is in Los Angeles, they can't be officially trespassed unless done so by an officer of the law. And because they're a cult, they refuse to call the police because then the police will have to launch a formal investigation.
Exactly that. Self-fulfilling prophecy, if I've ever heard of it.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I love it when people get screwed. So now we have the areas of interest of the HOL. We have the Boneyard. Everyone loves amusement parks. This is a amusement park that's called the Boneyard. You thought it was going to be a graveyard? No, it's a place for fun.
Even though the picture you see is like a roller coaster and the end is just a brick wall.
Exactly that. You're going to get executed anyway. You're going to die in the human occupied landfill anyway, but at least have fun before that happens, right?
Let's ride the contraption and break all our bones.
It's like, the contraption, that's definitely like 2-word horror story.
It's Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. The ride never ends.
I am Mr. Bones.
Yep.
Hunt your own food and enemies in a chilling house of the Antichrist maze.
Oh my god.
I wonder what that looks like.
You basically just play Battle Royale, that's it.
You're just playing Doom IRL?
Mr. Silly's place of mandatory excitement.
There's not even actual staff members at this. It's just like random people just run in and just put their hands on the equipment. There's no actual staff members. There's nobody actually upkeeping this place.
No, certainly not.
You just walk into this house of Antichrist and you assume that there are staff members there, but no, they're all just patrons.
Yep. Then
You see,
there's
it's a pretty smart, pretty smart. Like you just run a prison and then have no guards.
Yep. This is just Action Park.
It's exactly that.
There's nothing in the world like Action Park.
Next up is the diaper swamp.
Yeah.
If you want to know what a swamp ass looks like, we'll look no further than this place.
Yeah,
It's
it's just covered in diapers, I guess.
the creature of the Brown Lagoon, where it's a place that is filled with all the protein you can ever look for after people eat 42 grams of it and proceed to shit out in a stool, because your body can only really digest 20 of it at a time before it becomes completely worthless.
Yep, that's fair. It's like this is where Messy Tail spawns in to say, "Excellent point, Mr. Shapiro." However,
I love how completely just what a scam, but like protein based drinks like Core Power and Muscle Milk are.
Yeah, they really don't do anything. They don't benefit you at all.
It's just completely worthless
unless you're working out all the goddamn time.
You're supposed to drink half the bottle. If you drink the whole thing, it screws you over.
Yeah, then you just shit your brains out.
And legend has it that years ago in a Confederacy high court, a small child, while being burped by the young princess Nostrilla in protocol, swallowed one of the royal daughter's genuine cubic zirconia cluster earrings. A week later, it was discovered that a clump of rocks that cost more than the west wings of the imperial palace was now rusting idly at the bottom of the dumping point of the cow's entry of the used diapers.
That's a lot of diapers.
And then that child would become the creature of the Brown Lagoon, residing over this place that smells like shit.
Well, yeah, it's covered in shit.
I'm so glad we have this contrived origin story for a creature that we're never actually going to fight in the game.
I mean, you might. It's kind of funny, actually.
The Forest of Painful Mutilation. So what's the best scene in Rambo?
The scene where he's in the fucking forest, getting shot at from the helicopter.
Set up all the traps.
Well, either that or the scene where he like goes into town with an M60 and starts shooting the place up.
Just imagine this as a place that is absolutely filled with any sort of Viet Cong-related trap you can think of, or with cannibals, or with people who mutated and became the fiendish, foul-fetid, fat fucking orcs that live entirely within the public domain.
Oh. I just scrolled down and then I saw that and I'm like, holy shit, that's actually in the book.
And there he is. It's an orc. It's an orc. It's legally distinct. We can use it. It's generic enough.
Yep. We certainly can. It's great.
It looks like a Primus album cover.
It kind of does, actually. It does. What would you call this Primus album?
Stank.
I don't know. I don't know. I think... yeah, that's
Put some
actually a
stank
hard
on
question. Yeah, stank is something that you could call that album, I guess.
What else is here? What else is here? The heaps, which is exactly what you think it would be, just gigantic mountains and piles of trash, which you're going to get all of your loot from in this game. From anywhere from your crappy little guns that will deal like 1 point of damage and that's it, to a Megiddo-class battlecruiser that was just dropped off and left on this planet.
I was missing some parts, and they're going to build a new one anyway.
And the description says, keeping the eternal watch at the heap of the unknown teamster.
Yep.
There's a guy I was playing D&D with on Wednesdays that actually was the teamster. And he had to quit because he got promoted in the union.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It got to a point where he was like constantly on call. We managed to finish that campaign with him at the last session, but he missed a lot of it because of that promotion. Next up, Kindred Army Residential Kennels and Sanatorium.
You're going to have your army guys right next to a sanatorium. That sounds like a very stable place to be.
So if you're going to get a guard at all, this is where you're going to find them. Where they're over here, next to this gigantic swamp where all these army guys are sitting around waiting for the next person to rise up and look like he's going to be shit on hole before they just run in and just TPK that party. Basically, that don't do too good because you're going to get swarmed by these guys. And of course, there's a sanatorium next to it because won't live on this planet drive you fucking crazy too.
Yeah, I'd say it would.
And they're also on the verge of turning gay because they have some dancers who are in drag that they sometimes mistake as real women.
Well,
that's in this.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Next up is the legendary city of a myriad of sweaty distractions, like the bake sale, or stuff like. It says Avalon, Atlantis, Xanadu, Newark, places of myth that live in our stories and are retold of children. This is a model of one of those. It's a place where you can go to get a burger and a hot dog with some ketchup, and that's the Sincerely Paradox on this planet. This is the nicest place in the entire world.
Probably costs a lot.
It costs you one shit to get a hot dog. If you're lucky, you can get if you can get your hands on some money here.
Yes,
you can use it here.
I wonder how many cigarettes I'd need to trade for that.
It's described in the book as a cross between a 7-Eleven and Bastille.
Well, that's something. And the flaming squeegee.
I am telling you, I like to show on 7-Eleven, but I actually do get down with their menu.
I love the fucking taquitos at 7-Eleven. Like, if I'm just starving on the way home from work, I'll stop at a 7-Eleven.
They start selling these waffle cut tater tots too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, for only $1, it's 8 of those.
That's pretty good. I don't know. I'm a big fan of those taquitos though. The fucking roller dog taquitos.
Mm-hmm. And the coffee is super fucking bitter by design.
I actually don't drink their coffee. I just get one of the big damn cans of Arizona tea.
Let's see where we got. What was it? It's 10:30 right now. Let's go ahead and go to the other monster manual where we actually have statted out monsters on page 116. The first one being Death himself.
He's eating one of the rabbit things that are on the planet.
Behold, he's got gray matter of 7, mouth of -2, meat of 5, nuts of infinite, and feet of 6.
Yep. He's got a bag
his
of
armor
marbles.
class is only 5 though. But
like
apparently,
it matters.
Apparently, if any attack he has lands on you, it's an instant kill.
Well, he's literally death.
And he's here for a week to play golf with all these different dead people, and he's going to leave when he's done.
So you could probably just like hang out and play golf with Death if you're just chilling.
If you think you can reason with him.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, I'm the king. The king don't die. So I mean, like, I may as well just play a couple of holes of golf with you.
And
don't you want to be the Death that play golf with the king, mate?
Silly ass.
You can brag to all your friends. I might be Death. I've killed everybody. I've killed Vladimir Putin. I killed Donald Trump. I killed everybody, but you didn't kill the king. As a matter of fact, I played a mean game. The king played a mean round of golf with you.
We got the Wasteums where, aka Ursa putting us delicious. Do you want a picture of these guys? Well, guess what? You don't. You get no picture of these people.
No, it says no picture available. P.S. I still don't exist.
It's apparently supposed to be like this big, large, like bear thing that comes after you, and nobody has survived an encounter with one, so there is no depiction of it.
It's like a Yao Guai from Fallout.
Yes. We have a whole story here about an encounter that was leading to possibly the discovery of them, only for it to go horribly wrong. And apparently he found what looks like some sort of like vague prairie dog related looking thing, like a cross between a bear and a prairie dog, just eating his friends, and then he just got the fuck out of there.
Sounds about right. I don't want to stick around for that.
He didn't stick around to get a second look. They have a -10 to gray matter and mouth. Like it matters. You're not really going to talk about these things now, are you? A meat of -2, nuts of 10, and a feats of 2. So, an armor rating of -2 as well. So, the idea that I'm getting from these guys is that They're not super deadly by themselves, but in a pack, they tear your ass up.
Yep, probably.
And they breathe fire, which deals 14 damage.
So that it hurt like a motherfucker.
And apparently there's this like an acidic pseudopod that comes out of them somewhere in their body.
That's kind of fucked.
That deals 12 damage if it strikes you.
Again, terrifying.
Whatever the fuck this thing's supposed
If
to
you
be.
get both of those hit you, you basically die.
Apparently they have no organs either. It's just all just mesh and goo on the inside like a cockroach.
That's kind of fucked.
Like, what the hell kind of creature even is this?
It's some
Think
alien. I
about
don't
it.
know.
It squeeze it, it'll just all squish up between your fingers.
It's disgusting.
Next we have the Wasted. We're going into this. We have the evolved form of it, which actually does have a picture.
Yep, which is kind of freaky, actually.
It,
Like they turn into those cute little square guys into this fucking monstrosity over here.
Oh, hold on a minute. My dumbass just put together what the Wasted is. Okay, so you remember that little dog creature we've been seeing throughout the book?
Yes.
That's a Wasted.
Oh, so it's a wastem versus a wasted.
Yeah. I fucking forgot what they looked like, and I just remember what they look like now.
Yeah.
So the Wasted is one that's rabid. Where they'll just randomly turn violent and will start pursuing and trying to eat you.
And they got
Gray mana of
fangs,
5.
and they got a tongue that can strangle you.
A mouth of 0, a meat of 0, a nuts of 10, and a feats of 7. Their armor is 0, but their bite attack will deal 14 damage to you 11 damage if they bite you.
Yeah, it hurts like a motherfucker.
And if you kill it in combat, it explodes like a grenade and spreads a flechette of teeth everywhere.
That's kind of fucked. It's like when you kill something in Metroid.
It is like a little spiteful, like, fuck you monster if you want to screw over your players with a fight against this thing.
I had an idea of do you remember that 4chan post where it's like, play video game, kill a wild boar, boar has 3 gold. Where did the gold come from? Somebody said piggy bank.
Exactly that.
And I was thinking, what if there was a scientist, what if there was like a mage that was trying to make a piggy bank and the pig escaped, was wandering through the woods. You attack the pig and you have to make like a dex save of 13 or just get pelted by gold coins.
It just spits it out.
It just explodes and just like a bunch of gold coins like a grenade.
Blood and gold.
It'd be funny as shit.
Apparently you can spit roast and cook a wastem, but a wasted apparently just through that transmutation becomes an edible.
But yeah, it's probably poisoned by the rabies.
Incredible. Next up is babies as an enemy.
Oh boy.
So you know how we have no women on this planet?
Yes.
Well, you can just genetically clone a baby, and every baby upon being born is evil.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Just automatically become evil. If there's some sort of like greater demonic influence at play, who the fuck knows? We have an evil baby. Let's go ahead and fight it. Fuck it.
It's a gray matter. It's got gray matter 8, so it's basically Stewie Griffin.
So, and there's like this whole like implied like satanic archetype right behind them, controlling their brains.
Yep.
Every single baby's demonically possessed by this dreadlord entity.
And they've got Uncle Mickey as well, which is, Mickey
you want to get to Uncle Mickey next?
Yeah.
So here's your Disney spoof, by the way. Everybody hates Mickey Mouse until he starts paying you money. And then you love him. With a gray matter of 6, a mouth of 2, meat of 8, nuts and feet of 10, armor rating of 18.
And he's got Edward Scissorhands over here.
So this is the TPK that just runs around after you.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky, actually.
He is a maniacal and sadistic as any 70 wants it put togethers are, where he's just a force in the whole who's just running around and he kills people.
Yeah, he's just terrifying to look at.
That's all you really need to know.
Got a mushroom for a head and a syringe on his tail.
Yeah, I want that. It's like an alien mouth within a mouth that's right underneath his head.
Yep. It's kind of horrific, actually.
I think his head's turned sideways.
Is it?
I think it is. It is. Like the Mickey Mouse ears are like one in front of the other instead of side to side.
Oh, interesting.
It's because that's like the fucking xenomorph head that he's got.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, it is. It is a xenomorph head. I was so confused by that. But yes, you're absolutely right.
Is that his head or is that a hat?
No, I thought it was a mushroom at first, but then I see like the little xenomorph head.
So he combined two different IPs. We combined Disney movies with Alien, and we got this.
That's par for the course in this book.
We got this. Wouldn't you be enthusiastic about this thing?
I would love to blow it in half with a shotgun. I think it's great.
I'm looking at this thing too. Apparently, this thing was made in a lab.
It'd have to be, I imagine.
And why it's here in the hole? Well, I guess the scientists
They probably didn't want it.
They put him in the trash.
Yep.
And now he's here.
It failed. Throw it in the trash.
It's going to be a fun game to play. Just like, what parts of his body is clothes and what part of it is alien?
I think the pants and the feet. I think it's about it. And like the claws are coming through the feet.
To the feet. Or maybe they are the feet and it just has these weird nails that grow out the feet.
Yeah, he's got just feet that look like shoes.
He's got just one big toe on each foot, and it has 3 nails each.
It's kind of fucked.
So those slugs I told you about, they're on the next page. There it is, the jump slugs. Behold. Yeah. We have these farmers that have a monopoly on slugs. I know what that's a spoof of now. That's like Deadlands has something like that with the bison.
Deadland?
Yeah, Deadlands, Savage World Deadlands has something like that.
I've never played that.
I'm trying to remember what became first, chicken or the egg. When did Deadlands Savage World come out?
I have no idea.
Deadlands Savage World. This came out in. Come on, what can you tell me? What 1996? Fuck. Okay, so I'm not going to say Deadlands got the idea from this book. I'm not going to say that. I think that's.
I think this book's too obscure for that.
But that is exactly what the Sioux do in Deadlands, is that they take all the bison and hoard them in California and then charge people out the ass if you want a bison.
And that's basically what they're doing on HOL with the slugs.
With the slugs. We have these giant slugs where, given that this is the only beast of burden that's able to survive in this environment, and it has the ability to kill you on top of that. It's
got somebody in its mouth, so yeah.
It's got a meat score of 9 and an armor rating of 12, so it's going to take a while.
Pretty beefy.
And if you have the jump slug handling skill, which, as we looked over the sheet, I don't think anyone actually did have, you can ride it.
That'd be pretty
You're
sick,
can't be put in this game. It's completely pointless.
It's like riding a slot in the Underdark.
So I think that's as much as we can really transform this thing. It's just like a big damn slug you ride on, and that's the concept. Bombs away.
Yep.
It's giving me some Odd World Abe's Odyssey vibes with the way he's drawn.
Yeah, it is. I like it is the split eyes. It looks like E.T.
And every individual fold of flesh is drawn him.
Yeah, that's some insane detail for this thing.
Like Thrawn drew this, and it's another 9/2 drawing. You did not need to go this hard on the artwork for a shit post tabletop RPG parody, but you did anyway.
I gotta say, I fucking love the dude in the hat with all the balls on it and the gas mask and the leg wrappings.
Oh, senor, like this, sliding on the jump slug. You want to get under my jump slugs? You cannot do that.
I think that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
No, senor. There is no bueno. I will not be slug.
Is fucking is HOL the El Segundo of the galaxy? Is that what this is? Hey, Segundo, he said, my name is Pedro. If you need directions, I'll give you pronto.
Next up, we have
pay for lunch.
We have an actual alien with the Sedud Nurg El Zil Ishat.
Ishat.
Or the cheese alien.
Cheesiest alienum.
Or these are guys who just happen to be here, and they don't like you, and their friends don't like you either.
Just a gray alien. That's all you got.
They will approach you and say something to the effect of, in translated to English, this target is to be destroyed in the name of our empire. Bring us chocolate cake.
That's kind of funny.
I guess if you had a chocolate cake, it would pacify them, but good luck finding it on this planet in a decent condition.
I imagine they sound like Marvin Martian.
Oh, I'm going to blow up the
You snapped right into that.
I had that shit a lot.
and they're here to just be here as an enemy to shoot you with a ray gun.
Yep. And if you
And
get that ray gun, I imagine it'd be just fucking sick to have.
if you can figure out how to shoot it, it's an alien gun after all.
I don't know. It's got a trigger on it, so
It's probably got like some like Nerf gun stipulation behind it.
maybe maybe
yeah,
it's like the guns from District 9 where it can only be used by an alien because it's like DNA locked.
ID tags and shit.
Or what you could do is you could just cut the hands off the alien and then manually use the finger to pull the trigger.
Let's see. So on these SNEE aliens, or just the SNE,
Yep.
a grade matter of 10. I hope that they have a grade matter of 10 with a head like that.
It's a
Mouth
big damn
1,
head.
meat 2. So they have no charisma and will get felted by anyone with a melee weapon. Nuts 8 and a feet of 3. Okay, so they're not very accurate with those guns.
No.
It-
I love how it's like cool. They're super intelligent aliens with ray guns, and they still can be beaten to death by just a hulking man with a rock.
Okay, so these guys have actual stormtrooper aim because according to the stats of this game, they have a 1 in 6 chance of actually shooting you.
That's actually kind of funny.
And that's the best they've got.
I'm just gonna cave his head in with a tire iron like I'm playing Fallout New Vegas.
Next up is the Necrodoodle. Do you get to see what this thing is either? No, because this
You get to see two eyes and a claw mark. That's it.
fucking kills you before it comes at you. And like instead of the wasted entry, which was like a joke entry, this one's real.
Yes.
Instead, it's this crazy thing that lurks around and will just pop up behind you, shred you into pieces with these Wolverine claws, and then fucking dip. It has got a higher armor value than death itself. Gray matter 6, mouth -2, meats 8, feet 10, nuts 10, attack value of a 15, and then a total armor score of a 15. So this guy is rolling at a plus 25 for all of his attacks.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. He's like Herobrine basically.
And those attacks will deal 15 damage when they make contact with you.
It hurt like
Incredible.
a motherfucker.
Exactly that. These guys will fucking shred their way through you.
Absolutely.
I like it. I like the image too. It's very like Malkavian first edition
Yes.
in terms of what it looks like. It gives you just enough to give you an idea as to what this thing looks like without giving you a full silhouette. That actually is pretty good design on that thing.
Yes. I quite like it. Let's show it for a quick sec. It's that right there.
Yeah, that thing. Next up is the crickets. You know the head crabs from Half-Life 2? Well, here they are, but as robots.
Yep.
They just jump onto your head, drill into your brain, and behold, now roll me a new character.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, we don't have a new character. You just pick a new preset character.
Yep.
What the fuck are these stats? Gray matter 10, mouth -2, meat 10, nuts 10, feet 5. This is the deadliest enemy in the game.
Yeah, well, it's a robot.
With an attack value of 10, a total armor rating of 10. If you want to get semantic and classify this as a vehicle, that's a -4 to try to shoot this thing.
Yeah, this thing sucks. Oh my god.
It just needs to get on your head to attack you, and then it just explodes, and then that's an instant kill, I presume.
Yeah, basically.
So, we found the demonic spider of this game. The enemy that is just here where
just
the minute
ruin
your
your
players
day.
see it. It's the same kind of feeling you have when you notice an intellect devourer in D&D 5e.
Yep. Just run.
It still blows my mind that a lot of players just still don't have an answer for that thing.
I mean, you've got if you don't have anybody in your party that can run Mind Fortress, you're kind of out of luck.
I mean, I got out of one when I was playing D in the past. I had an illusion wizard. I just made a fake mind flayer that distracted the intellect devourers while I got away from it.
There's an idea right there.
And then we have some generic shit like bots, death bots, inventory bots, mint bots. If you need a generic robot enemy in the game, here's your stats for it. It's like
Yep.
These catch-all terms, like a whole rating of 7. Bigness is like small in size. It moves at 150 meters per second, or meters per hour. But that'll be km. It was like kilometers per hour, like meters a second is what the meter measure is.
Yep.
Not applicable for turnableness. Meats 5, feet 7, mouth 1, grammar 6, nuts 5, and attack value of 11. Enjoy getting shot by this thing.
Yep. I do like the inventory bot with a gun, and it just has the line from Monty Python. But sir, it is only a wafer thin.
It's only a wafer thin.
All right.
Imagine being shot to death by a robot that's quoting British comedy while it's killing you.
I would go to super hell.
What is your favorite color?
Blue. No.
And then next up we have unbridled sex. You want to fuck a cow, Kyle?
No.
Okay, we're going.
No. Next question.
We have some random characters in here that we can pull out, or just random stories. We have the burnt peanut, 30 years before his time in this game.
You can't spell nutrition without nut. Am I right?
This fucking guy. Apparently, everybody hates this dude. I haven't been keeping up with that story because it just doesn't interest me. But like, everyone fucking hates the burnt peanut, and I don't know why.
The Planter's peanut guy?
No, the VTuber, the burnt peanut.
Oh, I don't know. I don't follow him either. So.
Him and his wife got doxxed on stream.
Jesus.
It was a guy that he brought on called to dox him.
Oh, well, I mean, what the fuck?
This is why you don't take calls like that when you're a Twitch streamer of that size.
No.
What were you thinking?
Hell, I couldn't tell you. People do weird shit for no reason.
But here we go. We got the Elephant Man, who's a guy in a peanut outfit, and he's here.
He nuts in your cereal.
He hangs around the diaper swamp for whatever reason.
Because he's into that. Because he's gross.
He's got a big fascination with shit, and he's apparently stolen a sneeze ship, and he's just hanging around in it. Of all places to park, you pick the diaper swamps to park in.
Well, I mean, I don't think they're going to go there.
And next we have arachnophilia, where instead of Little Miss Muffet sounded tough at eating her curds and whey, along came a spider who came inside her and made Miss Muffet's day.
That's basically what that is, yeah.
And that's how this works. You got, what was it, the women's spiders, like the arachnia. Like the top half of a woman, the bottom half of a spider.
Oh, the Drider?
Yeah, like that. Are there any women that want to fuck like a male version of that?
I'm sure on some depraved, fucked up corner of the internet there are, but I wouldn't want to know.
Because you don't see that. Like you don't have any women.
Well, no, I'm sure there's a dark romantasy book where that's happened.
Well, if it does not exist, well, now we have a means of making money, Carl.
I suppose we do. If I really suck at doing IT and none of my sci-fi books sell, I guess I can always write dark romantasy.
You need to invest in smut. It is the future.
Yeah, to my dismay, yeah.
And then we have Jaws 5. This time it's intimate.
It's intimate.
Where I guess this giant shark is going to shove his fin up your ass, according to this picture.
Yep.
I'm gonna eat y'all, but I really should be watching my weight. I did have a chubby kid on a raft earlier today. I'm gonna be bad. That was good.
So apparently, instead of a dolphin being the one to fuck you, it's just this land shark that stalks you, and then it just fucks you to death and then leaves.
So it's the Rokea.
If I'm getting this right. If they lost their mind well on land and started fucking people.
I mean, yeah, you could have the light. What were they called? The Bright Waters.
The returners.
Yeah, that's the ones.
Ones going land. And then we have the appendix section, which is on page 129, where instead of it being an actual appendix, it's more like a TLDR section of the book.
Easy peasy.
And along with it, too, it's going to list off what some actual armor would be. Like an armor rating of 10 is the Porta Bastion Hover Fortress, or the robes of the Crunchy the Frog, And now it's really not an armor rating of 10, but it would go the other way. It's like put like a minus in front of that in terms of like what the rating would be. And they have Appendix 4, which is the actual vehicle listing, like the air cab or the Bilco backhoe. And there's stats shoved into it. God bless you for writing this with pen and pencil and not measuring out how much you're actually going to write in each one.
Yeah, this is kind of fucked.
You gotta get up. This is where you gotta get a magnifying glass to read the rules.
Yeah, this is kind of brutal. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm looking at the Sodomy Hog, which is their motorcycle.
Yep.
I have to zoom in on the document to see what it says.
You could tell these guys are just trying to like jam shit in on a page while they're sitting there at the IHOP dinner table.
Like, oh shit, we gotta write an appendix. We didn't actually want to write the appendix, but now we have to. And then
we kept saying we were gonna have an appendix as a joke, but now we actually have to write one.
And then it turns out they weren't done with the monster manual because they added in more monsters in Appendix 5, the Annihilation Incorporated Workers, where I suppose these are guys that are like Judge Dredd, like Judge Death.
Yep.
They're paid by the government to help speed up the execution rates of the people on the whole. The Cannibal Accountant, I don't think really need to add on to anything because that name just tells you what it says.
Yep.
If you want to fight a Dickens boy, there they are, the kids who are really enthusiastic about the library. An Inquisitor,
yep.
Flesh Tender. Here we go. There's Heavy Mind. That is super Zamichi, that face.
Yes, it is. It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
I actually dig that.
So the Flesh Tenders, it really is like intense body modification with them at the end of the day.
Yes, very much so.
And if you wanted to have your players fight like the cow and the church and the depth technicians, well, there's stats for it right there. Guess what? Those guys are going to just keep coming after you, and it's going to eventually result in a TPK.
Yep.
And then there's something here called the Kindred Army Rebel, where I'm so glad we went over that in lore. It's not just brought up out of nowhere at the end of the book.
You got a dude that's basically Luke Skywalker there.
We got a guy in here called Norton.
Yep. My parents went to the diaper swamp, and all I got was crap.
He's just a guy called Morton in the diaper swamp, and that's his character.
Yep.
And then we got a guy, I think they took the wrong picture for the slug handler.
The slug handler, and he's got his finger up his nose.
Looking for a different kind of slug. And then if you want the ass fucking sodomy bikers, there's a page for them too. A church employee who's just there to sell you a sandwich.
Yep.
Mahatma Gandhi's in this game as an enemy.
It's actually just like it's a straight up photograph of Mahatma Gandhi there in a goddamn game.
And then if you wanted to try to make your own sheet.
Yeah, good fucking luck.
If you think you know what you're doing and you just make up your own shit, well, there's a sheet for you right there.
Yep.
Enjoy figuring the fuck out on your own.
Yep, good luck.
Dude, and then we get some stuff about the offers at the end of the book where I love that Daniel Thrawn and Chris Elliott try to draw themselves, and then Tom Chauncey just shits that out.
Yeah, no, it's I'll put this back up on screen. So you got, fucking Daniel Thrawn up there holding the shit on the stick. You got Chris Elliott
from New Jersey.
And then you've got fucking Todd.
This doesn't jive, but the whole biography thing.
And then Death offering you a cookie on the next page.
That's it.
Yep.
That's a sick picture of him too in that image.
That is actually pretty sick.
That is straight off of Judge Dredd.
It's pretty awesome. I love that.
So that really is what the point of this whole book is that we just made a book of very nice pictures and then like attached like a shit post game to it.
Yeah, but
ultimately.
For a shitpost game, even as a shitpost, it's got a lot more heart than a number of other shitposts out there.
Because you can tell like this is a joke that they put effort in.
This was several nights at IHOP after too many cups of coffee and just a bunch of laughing, joking numbnuts.
It's stupid by design, you're not really supposed to run a long-term game with this, but if you have nothing else better to do, then just go ahead and run whole.
Fuck it.
Which actually,
Why not?
I'm kind of considering, like, I don't know when, but one of the groups, like either one of the subscriber groups or possibly for the show, we run this.
I think we should make Metro play it. He'd lose his fucking mind.
Loses his fucking mind as he desperately tries to power game it.
It's impossible. It really is impossible.
It's a game that just screws you over. There's no way around it.
Yes, I desperately want to play this now, just because I think it'll be so funny.
But Kyle, what if I told you there was more?
Is there really?
If this video gets enough attention and then we have enough engagement with it in the comments down below and in the server, we will go over the expansion of this book, Buttery Wholesomeness.
No fucking way. There's more.
There's the second book, Kyle.
Holy shit. I want to read it now.
There's a second book.
Dude, make it happen. I want more of this. This is awesome.
So yeah, we thought this was going to be stupid, but we actually had a really good time with this.
I think that this is the best game ever. It should be taught in public schools. The government should mandate it.
If you have something like a D&D club at your school, tell them to fuck off of that shit. Just pull this out instead.
Yeah, make them play HOL. This is great.
Jojo, you graduate high school in a month. This is your time.
Yep, do it.
You got a month to get this out.
Do it. No balls.
You got exams and then you got whole.
Yep.
Let's go ahead. I think that's a wrap. We finally got to an obscure bad RPG before Dice Scum did.
Did you do this just to fuck with them?
I asked Adam, did you make a video on whole? And he says no, he'd never heard of it.
Oh, so we did actually beat Adam to the chase on something. I'm impressed.
Yeah, we finally got one over.
Damn. Okay. How about that?
So we got this fun book, and we actually did have a really good time with
it. This was actually a good time. I like this.
All right. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
everyone.
Good night, everybody.